guys, I hope everyone doing awesome. Welcome, Khushamadeen. Let's support Aurora! Aurora Esports! Let's go, guys! यार मैं लेट हूँ लेकिन बहुत एक्साइटेड हूँ आज Aurora को सपोर्ट करने, अपने नेपाली भाइयों को सपोर्ट करने. Let's go! Welcome, alaikum salam, alaikum salam. Welcome, 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 welcome everyone. Welcome, welcome, welcome.
A little bit harder on this one to be able to come out swinging into the first more consistent battleground.
देखो, मैं कोई hater नहीं हूँ. मुझे PUBG Mobile से मोहब्बत है. I love PUBG Mobile. तो मैं दो टीमों को support कर रहा हूँ.
A7 and E-Arena have taken some nice distance towards each other as well, splitting off
the
coastlines. They can loot happily, no reason to stick into each other there.
Welcome, salam. Welcome, 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 welcome.
These guys started really well.
Welcome, my friend.
Yeah, happy to see them play the way they did. They are
welcome, salam.
Which is somewhat concerning. I don't know if they got the memo that the circle's on the northwest side.
Oh my yes, let's go.
But loot is a necessity, and again, with that kind of playing path, you are sort of strapped for options. They'll pick this one up. Head on out later on. There's a lot of teams.
Grand final, 16 तारीख को है.
Moving into the circle is going to.
Welcome, 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 guys. Welcome, welcome, welcome.
Half expecting Aura after situating themselves in the Yaz.
Oh!
Northern rotate, past shooting range, try and play off the back of that.
Let's go! Ashish Kumar, welcome, brother.
There.
Welcome, 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 welcome. Team received from the of India. Romeo, welcome. देखो Aura and Godlike जो भी कुछ कहे कुछ भी बोले I don't give a, you know, I support Aura and Godlike. Bas.
That's good. That was good, right?
Let's go. I want them to come and final. Final में मजा आएगा. Let's go.
Stadium, and it was only
Aura Godlike.
The teams. The game plan overall and the gun skill that they displayed last game is really promising for S2G.
Yeah,
we've got plenty more to watch as the day goes on. Dopeness on the south side. Just coming out from Swamp now, and TT Project similarly trying to rotate up on that west coast. The arena, though, they have laid the flag down. They're rallying around it at the moment. Just towards Hospital. Was South George Apartments.
Closer and closer as our teams race to get themselves back into a better position inside of the zone and set up on this one. Non-Shin Red Force starting to make their entry with a trio from Godlike on a bit of a split of either side. S2G going right down through the middle.
Stage to it, stage to it.
Crossing from Vitality as well. No one there to attempt to deflect it, so it's a free pathway out from Sivnovka to get back to the mainland. They'll be happy with that.
Let's go, let's go!
But again, I feel like this is nerves more than anything, because on this type of circle, you genuinely don't really need to worry about making this bridge crossing. I think it would be almost a bad play from someone to try and camp this, but it's always a possibility, right? So they're going to take it.
Aura!
Axel's already made it halfway up the bridge, and probably is going to try and get a little bit further up here. Federales holding behind, but they have nothing to worry about. They really don't. I'm genuinely putting that down to nerves here from Team Vitality. But you need speed on this type of circle. You need to get into position. There's not a lot of spaces to take up here.
Yeah, you can't afford to have the paralysis by analysis of wasting too much time on that one. In the midst of all this, we did see that opening knock that came out from Schweppes, now converted into a full elim there. That was Wolves that got slightly too close to the territory of the arena, up by the compound.
यार सबर करो, मैं एक सेटिंग कर रहा हूँ, सबर करो खाली. सेटिंग कर रहा हूँ, मैं एक सेटिंग कर रहा हूँ, सबर करो.
Yeah, I mean, for E-Arena, they did pull off South George Apartments here. They tried to regroup this, which is making a lot of sense to me because...
Rajal.
Towards the western side of Everest. This area here, real big funnel for a lot of teams. E-Arena knows they're going to be going against a lot of squads. I think for them, they're coming off such a big high here, but they do need to dial things back. Understand that they can't take too many fights. Third parties are going to be galore around this area too. Your GS team over towards that eastern side now. Alpha 7 back to basics in North George.
Well, how that zone was off the back of the plane path we had coming into this one, at least you gifted a fair amount of safety where they've not had to really run too many risks early doors. Over the course of the past 8 minutes, just been able to loot and sit pretty, getting a lay of the land established. Fairly late rotates for some of our squads as well. Obviously, we saw Tiamba fragment off, go over to Milton. They're still going to be coming in late onto this.
Aurora! 8 points! Oh my yeah!
It's about to move.
Let's go!
Ooh, okay. Irina. I mean, last game they played Stadium, they were there for quite a while, right? So we can say that there was some circle look in that sense, but there was nothing lucky with the way they put down every other squad inside the lobby.
Yeah.
Here they are getting magnetized again, but again, it depends how they want to finish this out. We have seen plenty of teams in Group A get good circles and not really be able to convert off the back of it. Now, I really do want to see another big game from the Arena here. Would be fantastic to watch happen. But it will be difficult. It will certainly be difficult, and I'm not going to hold my breath for it.
Set, welcome, set, welcome, salam.
To prove that they're
Group B का matches है, Group B का matches है.
PUBG Mobile today. That was the game for it. And again, like you say, the circle luck will only go so far. It's more what you do with the position you present. It's very clean last time. Again, a little bit of a gift that they'll be happy with, but more to be done. Potentially a bit of an encounter on the later rotate from our squads outside of the zone, with Godlike getting eyesight back over as well. So room there that things get a little bit panicky. But Hustler crew, Yunbin, even from distance, Saxon Shin Red Force getting stuck into the action.
Oh, Rosemary ka team.
By Nongshim as well as Irina at the same time. I think there was not a huge amount of expectations here for Hustler crew. Go into groups. So I do think that Hustler crew going down again for 2 players.
I'm just
not sitting on a great average at the moment. They've only got 1 point over these 2 matches so far. Sat down there with TT Project.
Lala salam, walaikum salam. Jitne bande aa rahe saro ko walaikum salam.
This is a team that is very, very good. Have just come off some big success here, Jackie, this year. Would love to go straight towards the finals. At the very least, qualify through to the next stage of the tournament.
Huh?
But goodness me, if we took a look at the map right now, you can see just how jam-packed it is. We have 1 team playing on Everest in Aura. Everyone else, like I said, is in that horrible
let's go
on the western side. A few compounds around
Alpha 7.
2G currently playing that one that sits underneath Everest on the
Pichla World Cup ka ye winner
That's a good spot to be working with. You can clear a lot of space from there too. The fact that we still have about, what would you say, 30% water in this one, with Everest being a big chunk of it, no one really wanting to move into apartments just yet. It's a nasty circle. So these are the 2 back-to-back games where it is mechanically
thank you, brother. Thank you.
difficult.
And seeing how much of a backup plan you've got in terms of adapting with these circles, like you're saying, it's not a regular game.
Walaikum salam, walaikum salam, walaikum salam.
It's not problem solving.
Walaikum salam, walaikum salam.
Oh, no.
Wali, welcome salam.
What world is that?
Oh, bhai sahab, ye check karo, zoom check karo.
Gross.
Zoom check karo.
Over towards that western side potentially.
Abbe, ye to problem ho jayega regrouping mein. Tabardar fight hoga.
You've got to shore up your front at the moment. Make sure you drop the riot shield, because teams are going to be coming at you thick and fast in the near future.
YG smile.
Alpha 7 sit all the way over towards the peninsula on that northwest side. Oh, this is disgusting, mate.
Yeah, this is absolutely unbelievable. All of our squads still alive and kicking. Such limited space. Such little ground left to play with on the mainland. A few shots being taken out from various squad. Wolves continue to be fought by Arena. TT getting stuck in versus Vitality as well. This is the fight that's going on right here, right now. Neos down behind the back of the vehicle. Affecting Zerich, they just got to
TT Project just going to move on this one.
Oh my God! TT!
Difficult push out for Yangon Galacticos, stuck on radio tower right now, held out by Nongshim Red Force, who are looking to be the arbiters of the fields. playing Scarecrow right now versus all the Crows coming up from that south side.
And once again, already it's E-Arena that have been able to find themselves free. Elims with the picks they've secured. You got that wrap over the top of the bridge from George Paul as well that's coming in from ETSH as they're going to look to try and chase and get into a good stable position inside of the zone. Ravo with a pickup. That's one back over on at 72, one GS.
Ada now moving forward, adrenaline shot in at stage 3. I mean, it's got to be done. The boys got 2 of them. You need a lot of adrenaline to make your way through these next circles. It is pain that is ahead for a lot of these teams. How well can they weather it?
How about Sky? Sky.
And hang on, Aura, Jiggle, looking forward.
Boys, क्या कर रहे हो? Nice one, nice one, nice one.
AUG in hand. Aura though, still doing well, honestly, over towards this eastern side.
You see the sheepish nature of it. I'm going to replay here of the fight.
Oh,
cinematic on that one. That was the follow-up pick onto Ephes. Neons was already down in the back line. Good defense there to make it very uncomfortable for TT that left as the duo. Emre from Ida with a shot onto Godlike as well.
I will say though, man, this is a really cool push that we kind of missed from S2G. They were playing down towards the southwest side, remember. This is
Godlike, India ka team ka naam hai Godlike.
Towards the north side of the circle. We're getting our next one coming in through now. How much water is going to be in play? Oh. What is this? What are we doing? We got to stop.
It just keeps going. Less and less land mass left as the squads have to fight and step over each other to have any sort of stable ground within this one. Vitality have had some uncomfortable fights to force into a stable location on the zone. They did shut down a good majority of Tian, but leaving them with just the solo.
The play zone taking out Tiamba there just feels poetic right now because it is the circle
Magic, follow me, okay.
Damage right now. We're playing all the way over towards the western fin of Georgia Pole. And these players have to tread water going forward. This is getting messy, it's getting nasty. Alpha 7 set themselves up beautifully on this game. Necessary making.
Oh, bhai, Zoon aa gaya.
Hanging out all the way towards the beachhead.
Nice nade lineup. Tiamba.
Bye-bye.
Vehicle bit of chip damage. Hoping he can clutch on to his life at this point. ETSH, after completing their long rotate, do run into Yangon once again. And for the reigning champions, it's not been a great start to the tournament so far. Back-to-back blows.
Whoa.
To win out versus Non-Shin Red Force. Yangon left with just Smile, but that might turn into a frown if they can get the angle onto him. Cleaning up with the E-limbs, make it uncomfortable for ETSH at least, but this goes both ways.
Good Molly.
Nice Molly, yeah.
Ensures he can try and get the res off upstairs, but he's got to be quick about this. Fajita with a nade, looks to post it up. He's looking decent, tries to get the airburst on the back like that. But Smile dropped off the top side. He's doing good work here. A grin appearing on his mouth. Now look for one more step.
Whoa!
1v4 essentially for
1v4!
Now S2G holding up against GS.
What's up? Yes.
McCarthy with the move. Does he expect the backstab running around with a visit? Closes the gap. A good reposition from Lost. Finds the angle through the window and gets that one on target. Vitality on the move up around the coast as well. Rita trying to keep Razy in the back line, pinned on the coast. S2G still fighting whilst Hora find that angle.
Aura! Nice Aura!
For a little bit longer, but it finally comes to an end.
Sky. Yaar ye acha player hai Sky.
Looking out. I mean, Aura had a decent game last
time. Come on, Aura, come on!
Chicken dinner.
यार ये नेपाल की टीम है इस मैच के बाद मैं बताऊंगा क्या सीन है.
Again, S2G blinder rotating them look fantastic. Don't know how they managed to snake their way over towards the spot, but it has absolutely paid dividends now. Dopeness caught on the outside. Eagle is still alive, by the way. No clue how. He is just healing it out. Sleepy though. AWM, nasty headshot, brings the pain. It's
Joker that we've got here running from tree to tree, looking for a backstab onto the Dopeness crew.
यार ये नए टीम बहुत आए हैं हाँ इस बार.
Himself some soft cover to play off the back of the engine of the vehicle there. Eternity K giving the game away. Lufa with a push. Ooh, it gets a bit awkward on the run up though. I mean, Joker's low. If you can at least close the gap, maybe a single knock to give them an edge to work with. Panic stations coming in.
Whoa.
The steal. Hello.
That's from distance. I mean, they had to quickly turn around there. He was causing big problems for them. Speaker will find out with Beryl. E-Arena, though, they have to regroup on this. They were trying to play Garden and Architect, pull out all the weeds on the south side, but not meant to be here. But now they have an angle on what's been causing them problems, where they've been feeling that ache.
Got the gamble played from Rita that he set up quite some time ago, going for the wide berth over towards the zone.
What's this?
Nice.
This is just disgusting. I mean, no one's having a good time right now. We are going out into open zone. The wall's been pretty much giving themselves a lovely little lifeline here as they get it towards the top 8, and Necessary might just make it through. Off the back of it as well. See how far this lone wolf can go.
Ora, shaba.
Man.
Zoom पकड़ ले ओरा वालों ने.
With Rita just swimming, going for his wrap on his own. Razy looked to try and close the distance, going for a similar sort of play. Had a bit of a vehicle there down towards the coast to at least get some distance on it. Alpha 7, meanwhile, they've been sitting and waiting for a fight to come to them just on the ridge of the zone. Vitality have been farming up the elims as well. A bit of a sleeper team with how they've just third-partied onto a lot of these fights. But E-Arena, finally, their eyes light.
मैं इस मैच के बाद एक बात करूंगा, बहुत इम्पोर्टेंट बात है मेरे लिए, ठीक है? बहुत इम्पोर्टेंट बात है. ये जैसे मैच खत्म होगा, मुझे एक जरूरी बात करनी है तुम लोग से.
The roadside, get a tiny bit of sightline cover. And now they set Alpha 7 up in front of them. This is
यार ये राउंड इंशाल्लाह ओरा ले जाएगी इंशाल्लाह.
FUG also similarly tries to make a good road save, but it's Alpha 7 still taking those shots. E-Arena similarly also sending bullets their way. Aura makes a move in the midst of all the chaos on the northern coast.
Nice Aura.
FUG down and out as they take shots from all sides, leaving them in a brutal position. Brittle though is Alpha 7 with a peek up towards the top. Good shots in. Vitality finally take the fight back over to E-Arena. They wanted to catch them on the egress. Instead, they'll push. Nades over the top flank. Good chip damage. Mormon low, but they bailed going over towards the coast. Necessary sat there with a Mini 14.
It's a wild push up from E-Arena. They're just looking for anything. Necessary will find Schweppes though.
Shabash guys, shabash.
Now left.
Nice.
One. Joker on the barest amount of life finally goes down. E-Arena.
Amazing, let's
They tried to scatter Vitality, forcing them out the way. A 12 elim game here on Erangel is pretty damn good, honestly, from where they were playing.
Alpha 7 and Vitality. Two organizations that will look to take blow for blow right here and prove
यार Aura zoom पे है ना. Okay, nice boys, nice.
Of the map that's still in play.
Whoa!
Still going for
Zoom Aura पे आ गई. Nice.
To give himself a chance to steal away points from the other remaining
Easy boys,
squads,
easy.
Keeping it calm on the coast.
Rita's got the scuba gear on right now, looking to make landfall eventually. Razy, grenade up front. Surprised Carrillo was able to sidestep that one. It is scary though having Razy and Razak together here. M7.
मैं एक दुआ करता हूँ इंशाल्लाह Aura का चेक करो. इंशाल्लाह Aura का चेक करो.
Shells left in that bad boy. Revo moves up though. Nade in hand, pulls out his a little bit later.
Easy boys, easy. आराम से, बिल्कुल easy.
We got to keep on that.
You guys on good position, Aura. Aura on good position.
Carrillo's down, Obscure might be next, leaving them just one player now. Guizhou on top side, gets absolutely obliterated, and Vitality full of life with his endgame.
They line up.
Aura, get ready. लड़को, ready हो जाओ.
Vivi Vitality as they're coming alive in France. 15 elims on the game so far. And for Alpha 7.
Alpha 7 का एक बंदा रह गया.
Solo, what can you do?
Whoa!
It's a big nade to open it. Goodbye, Razy. As Alpha 7 are looking to clap straight back and give as good as they get, but Horror see them. Backstab shots from No Fear.
Breezeout's got limited time though. The Blues start to move in, rolling towards him. It's an inexorable approach, terrifying. Razy likely not to get back up, but necessary, still alive here. Like we said, the lone wolf living his dream as he gets up towards the top four. Horror might have been pipped at the post last game, but they're going for the chicken.
Inshallah.
Oh, another nade.
Oh, what happened?
Aura के पास chance है. Oh, Slippy! Oh, चला रहा है.
But it's not enough.
यार!
This has left a broken and bruised Vitality with only a solo.
Aura easy, guys, easy. Aura.
Cleared out Wolves.
Inshallah, chicken Aura का inshallah.
For Vitality, where do they go? They can play this ridge line.
लड़कों आप लोग zoom में
Swings
हो.
up slightly, but what do you do after that? The game might just slow down and
4v3 है. Easy, guys. 4v3. Aura easy.
I don't know
Easy
how
chicken,
good the
Aura.
intel's looking, how good the
Inshallah,
supplies
inshallah.
are looking on side. And versus a full four-man, all spread out along the coast, this is an impossible push for them to make. Horror might have got second last time.
Oh,
but they're
चला रहा
looking for the
Slippy.
first.
क्या कर रहे हो? क्यों चला रहा है?
They've got Sleepy.
Slippy off चला रहा है. ये देखो. यार.
The opportunity to leave them broke. On
Easy,
the
boys,
over the
easy,
top
boys,
of the ridge.
easy.
Vitality come into this. It's
उनको
gonna be
zoom आना है.
an
Easy.
uphill battle. Down a man, draining their resources, like you say, whilst Horror are just waiting to strike.
इंशाल्लाह इंशाल्लाह guys इंशाल्लाह सारे टैप करो इंशाल्लाह. Aura chicken dinner. Aura chicken dinner इंशाल्लाह.
The smokes are out. Vitality's got no choice but to try and isolate here. Luckily, they've got vehicles. They set up now. They put the pedal to the metal. Now looking to move over towards Horror's side. Swinging out into the open. Razy wraps round. Sky also similarly layering on the backside here. Can't quite find the shots here. Sleepy digging those bullets into the backside of the vehicle, creating those dents, but Circle moves away now. How do they approach this? It feels like an impossible game here for Vitality.
Okay, guys. Guys, get them.
No cover,
Guys,
no
get
chance.
ready.
The only play that they can make is to take the fight straight to their face as they drive back behind the steering wheel and go in swift. Sleepy with a warning shot. Whoa. The buggy comes by. Close quarters engagement as Vitality look to hold on. No fear down. More damage done. Sky replies onto one. It's all on a solo of Axel.
Last guy, guys. आखिरी guy, Sleepy. एक है. Sleepy one guy. Sleepy only one. Ned.
Last left alive here.
Sleepy Ned. Nice. Nice.
Limbs this game. It's a hard fight though. A 1 versus 2. Molotov goes
Nice.
straight into it though.
Easy chicken.
Off into the nade. It might be lights out for Axel soon.
Yes.
That's the Nate that does
Yes, Aura.
with a hefty bombardment on the
Yes.
They
GG's, boys, GG's.
Chicken dinner and light up Paris once again.
Yeah, cheese. Nice, Aura. Nice.
I wish they came through. Oh my
यार goosebumps.
pulled out the second game.
यार ये जो नेपाली
Beautiful action there.
GG's यार GG's हो
Locked
रहा
in, understanding their rotation, the best opportunity to
Hey!
Wolves out of that solo position.
अबे मेरे हाथ के बाल खड़े हो गए खुदा की कसम बस
Everything
Nice यार boy nice
effectively in an open island.
यार guys
No cover.
सारे टाइप करो हो रहा सारे टाइप करो हो रहा यार they deserving it they deserving it सारे टाइप करो हो रहा सारे टाइप करो हो रहा
Smoke on the tires because 9.
अब मैं बताता हूं मैं ओरा टीम को क्यों सपोर्ट कर रहा हूं फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल कल लाइव स्ट्रीम पे जितने भी हमारे नेपाली भाइयों ने सारों ने बोला हमारे टीम को सपोर्ट करना ठीक है ऑलरेडी आई लव जितने भी नेपाली है नेपाल के मैं उनसे लव वाला सीन है दुबई में भी मेरे बहुत दोस्त हैं नेपाल से रिस्पेक्ट इंडिया से भी है नेपाल से भी ठीक हो गया यहाँ पे मैंने क्या बोला सारों पूरी ऑडियंस को मैंने ये बोला मैं ओरा को और गॉड लाइक को भी करूं लेकिन यहाँ पे सीन ये हुआ मैंने कुछ इंडियन स्ट्रीमर देखे जो डिसरिस्पेक्ट कर रहे थे 40 हमारी जो फोर्ड राइट टीम है उसको जो डिसरिस्पेक्ट कर रहे थे ना उसकी वजह से मैं सारों को ब्लेम नहीं करूंगा इंडियन ऑडियंस मेरे सर पे आई रिस्पेक्ट देम ऑल all, I respect them all. जो इंडियन स्ट्रीमरों ने किया है, दिस इज अनएक्सेप्टेबल, यानी मैं इसको एक्सेप्ट नहीं करता. जो डिसरिस्पेक्ट कर रहे थे वो, ठीक है, हमारे प्लेयरों को, तो समझ जाओ, आई रिस्पेक्ट ऑल ऑडियंस, बट सपोर्ट होगी मेरी लाइव स्ट्रीम पे ओरा. आज ओरा फुल सपोर्ट है, ओरा को फुल सपोर्ट. आई विल स्ट्रीम फॉर 2 days, day 1, day 2 विद ओरा. ठीक हो गया. बट पाकिस्तान की ऑडियंस की तरफ से मैं फुल सपोर्ट करूंगा अपनी ओरा टीम को, नेपाल की. दैट्स इट. जो मैं दिल से गॉड लाइक टीम जो है जनरेटर की, उसको मैं आई लव दिस टीम, यू नो, जो जनरेटर की टीम है. लेकिन जिस तरीके से ये जो गंदे कीड़े, ये कुछ स्ट्रीमर है, कुछ कटिया हरकतों की वजह से हमारे प्लेयरों को डिसरिस्पेक्ट कर रहे हो. दुनिया का नंबर 1 प्लेयर फलक को डिसरिस्पेक्ट कर रहे हो. तुम्हारी औकात है? तुम्हारा एक प्लेयर भी फलक के सामने नहीं आ सकता, एक प्लेयर भी. समझ रहे हो? एक प्लेयर भी. समझ रहे हो? तो माई सपोर्ट, माई ऑल पाकिस्तानी ऑडियंस सपोर्ट टुडे विद ओरा टीम, नेपाली टीम का सारे सपोर्ट करो. मुझे मालूम है यहाँ पे मेरे सपोर्टर हैं इंडियन, बहुत सारे हैं. मोस्टली मेरा फेसबुक इंडियनों से भरा हुआ है, बट उनके लिए रिस्पेक्ट है. वो खुद, उनको भी मालूम है, उनको भी मालूम है उनके स्ट्रीमर क्या हरकत करते हैं. सो आज पूरी जो हमारी कम्युनिटी है ना पबजी मोबाइल की पाकिस्तान, मैं चाहता हूं पूरा ओरा को सपोर्ट करो. लेट्स गो. डिसरिस्पेक्ट करोगे हमारे प्लेयरों को तो ये होगा. डोंट डिसरिस्पेक्ट, कभी डिसरिस्पेक्ट नहीं करना, हमेशा अप्रिशिएट करो प्लेयरों को. लेट्स गो ओरा. वेल प्लेड, वेल प्लेड. जबरदस्त ओरा, जबरदस्त. ऑसम, ऑसम ओरा. सारे टाइप करो ओरा, सारे टाइप करो ओरा, ओरा 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 ओरा, सारे टाइप करो ओरा. हबीबी अबीद, एवरीवन टाइप ओरा, एवरीवन टाइप ओरा. नहीं, इंडियन ऑडियंस से आई लव देम, आई लव इंडियन ऑडियंस. उनके कुछ होते हैं ना वो स्ट्रीमर जो घटिया किस्म की बात करते, उनसे दिल आजारी हो गया है. मैंने वीडियोस देखे ना, जिस तरीके से वो रिएक्ट कर रहे थे, तो ये मैं एक्सेप्ट नहीं करूंगा. बाकी कोई और पाकिस्तानी स्ट्रीमर एक्सेप्ट करेगा, आई विल नेवर एक्सेप्ट दिस. रिस्पेक्ट दो, रिस्पेक्ट लो. बाय द वे, मैं बलोच हूं. मुझे आप मेरी टीम को रिस्पेक्ट दोगे, मैं आपको रिस्पेक्ट दूंगा. मेरी टीम को रिस्पेक्ट नहीं दोगे, आपको मैं कभी रिस्पेक्ट नहीं दूंगा. नो रिस्पेक्ट फॉर यू. ठीक हो गया. यार मुझे अजीब लग रहा था कल, मैंने कुछ वीडियोस देखे यार, क्यों इस तरीके से. एनीवेज फर्स्ट सेकंड डिनर ओरा को congratulations ओरा, we are with you. Let's go for finals. Let's go.
Baby.
All right, Max, you next.
Let's go.
Okay, on me. On him. Put it on him.
On me.
Get the camera on this.
Love from India, yaar. Love you too, brother. Sorry to
Mom's back.
abusing your
You're
team.
next.
We also call him. Yeah, you see,
EWM, come on.
Beast को भी मालूम है. देखा Beast क्या कह रहा है?
That was a
Shout out to you, Beast. No,
Okay,
respect
for
you.
everybody that has been making videos of PMWC at EWC 26, there you go. There's the challenge. Go back to that last game, have Sleepy, and replace those sounds and see which one was the best. Make sure you guys share it on social media using the hashtag EWC and hashtag EWC26. But talking about teams that were able to perform so good, we have to talk.
यार आपको उस टीम को रिस्पेक्ट देना चाहिए जो बिना चिकन डिनर हिस्ट्री बना दिया उस टीम ने, हिस्ट्री बिना चिकन डिनर टॉप 1 पे ये हिस्ट्री बन गया पबजी मोबाइल की स्पोर्ट्स में, बिना एक चिकन डिनर, विदाउट एनी चिकन डिनर टॉप 1, बहुत बड़ी बात है, यह हिस्ट्री में लिखा जाएगा पबजी मोबाइल ई स्पोर्ट्स का। आप उस टीम को डिसरिस्पेक्ट कर रहे हो, सो यू आर नॉट पबजी मोबाइल लवर, यू आर हेटर। आप बकौल बीच ने बोला आप इडियट हो, माजरत।
Vehicles, and I mean, fell a little bit short here, just having, you know, Axel could have sit back a little bit too far, but what an incredible game from them. Not the first place that they're probably hoping for, but goddamn, that's some eliminations they put on the board.
Respect to Indian audience, respect to them.
I feel like the moment that allowed them to get into a second place in the first place is actually when they decide to push up onto E Arena.
Nice, Aura, 18 points, nice,
swoop,
very
and the
good,
fight was so
very
quick,
good.
Alpha 7 just didn't have the time to retaliate, and because of that vitality, what an absolute banging performance. 23 points here on the second game of today. Whew, La France is looking pretty good.
Yes.
They are looking really good. I mean, Vitality, 23 points. Now this is what I was talking about Group B. We were expecting teams to be a lot more aggressive. We're expecting teams to start sponging up those points towards the top. And so far, after 2 matches, that's exactly what's currently happening. With Alpha 7, we see them now being able to have back-to-back good performances. This is what we want to see out of PMGC champion.
Of course, of course.
Absolutely. It's really nice to see them make a little bit of a comeback bit by bit here. I'm going to be expecting them to continue that, much like Aurora. Right in day
यार इसका गेम आईडी है, ये पबजी मोबाइल खेलती है यार, भाई को इसके साथ पबजी मोबाइल खेलना 1v1 करना है रूम में, भाई को इसके साथ।
Yeah, and I mean, they have such a powerful roster as
1v1
well. And
room
Revo
killer.
was definitely
ID
triggering
है
it for
इसका।
them. This type of squad can focus on eliminations. We saw that coming out of match 1. They actually held out Wolves in several scenarios. Then in this second match, they focused on placement and prioritized that. They were actually on that northern side, uncontested for a long time, obviously sitting and building and waiting for the likes of Vitality to come along. But it shows the strength in different sides that this squad can play, and especially when you come into Smash Rule, you know, you want to be able to prioritize eliminations, but get these placements as well.
Oh, look at that. Oh, perfect timing. Like we were talking about them too. A7, the greatest PUBG Mobile team in history. I think the Alpha 7 fans will end up agreeing with that one, because so far, I mean, they have been one of the most consistent teams when we talk about PUBG Mobile esports history. Non-Sim Red Force, though, they've not been having one of the best stars
PUBG
so far.
Mobile मैं इसको लाइक नहीं करता, PUBG Mobile रूम खेलना है 1v1, तब लोग बातों को कहां से कहां लेके जा रहे हो?
All right. Where are they? They are.
Oh my yes.
They're not doing anything.
I'm not silent.
He's on
You know,
FURIA side.
I'm not silent. I'm not
Sorry, that
silent.
was terrible. I'm sorry.
Game
But PMMI
game ID.
massive
play
champions,
room
by
1v1.
Smash Rule, all of that sort of thing, coming into here looking very, very, very good. And then we have, what, 2 0-pointers, or a 2-point and a 0-pointer? I'm confused and surprised, and hopefully that will change as we go on into the next couple of games. But yeah, bit odd, I think.
I'm sad. I don't have any analysis. There's nothing really to break down except that the early rotations, they can't quite get in there. I didn't see the start of this game because we were running from the rooftop over to here, so I'll have to go back and check it out and break down what really happened
thanks
from
for the
Red
invite,
Force.
guys.
But
यार तुम लोग खुदा के तुम लोग का ना दिमाग बड़ा अलग सोचता है यार, क्या मैं नहीं खेल सकता किसी के साथ 1v1 रूम? खेल सकता है यार, आप लोग बात को किधर से किधर लेके जा रहे हो?
While you're talking. But no surprise seeing E Arena currently in first place with 46 points, with the amazing performance that this squad had in the first round, though. Not surprised. Team Vitality there with that second. Remember, if you for some reason missed the first 2 days of PMWC at EWC 26, the top 5 teams at the end of tomorrow will be going directly to the finals. The bottom 3 will end up going home, and everybody in between will go to survival. And yeah, I mean, TT Project.
Oh my yes! PUBG Mobile!
Performed that well here in this.
Oh mom, thank you.
Was Godlike. Godlike started off hot, and we were kind of joking about it. The first game that they get a chance to experience at a global event is none other than a stadium finish. but here we're gonna have to see a bit of a bounce back.
I mean, to be fair, I'm going to be so fair to them. You said, yes, their first rondo in a global is going to be a stadium finish. Their first AG.AL in a global finish is north of
Let's go, my friend!
South
George
Thank you.
Yeah.
South George.
Aura full
On a
support.
beach? Excuse me? No, thank you. So you know what? I'm going to cut him a little bit of slack and go, when we have a normal zone, then I'll start talking about them.
Now we're going to get a weird circle again. Thank you. You did that.
I'm not
so
cutting
sorry.
slack.
I'm so sorry.
I'm not going to be cutting any slack. I want these teams to start performing and performing now. Because we saw what ended up happening yesterday. And with Godlike, the thing with Godlike is we know that they can definitely put up the numbers. We know they have the fragging power. And with the audience that they have behind them, and with what we saw AG coming out of them, I know they might be able to bounce back. And we'll see how they're going to be able to bounce back towards today. But while we're at it, before we start match 3, let's send it over to Kalaris and John Allen.
That's right. Well, you know what? Here on the stage, we could talk about game 2. We could.
Well, game 2,
Abhi
sure,
start hone laga.
lovely. But what about game 1, though? That was some interesting stuff coming through from Arena.
Yeah.
They swept the floor with everybody.
Yeah, it was impressive, really impressive. So much minutia in it as well, right? They even, not only did they not get challenged in Stadium to start things off, but sent to North to actually shore up their bets against the circle if it come down.
Guys, chat में सारे type करो Aura. सारे type करो Aura. Chat में मुझे चाहिए सारे type करो Aura.
Saying that rondo could have
Let's
happened.
go! Yeah, 29 eliminations is unheard of at this level. It is incredible stuff to be able to witness. And like you said, none of them are recall, so it wasn't like they were getting stuck in Neops or in one of those other hot drop locations. They were absolutely
by shot Slippy Charl, yes, Slippy ne yaar.
As soon as those recalls closed off, they were like, no, we're just going to play bread and butter.
And you can see the double drop here as well to kind of look at how they're able to seal the deal. Not only that, able to defend the zipline locations to make sure nobody else was coming up on the roofs. So it was picture perfect. And you know the crazy thing? Before I had that interview with Joker, he said,
5 minute में match start
like,
होगा.
I don't think it was lucky at all. That's ridiculous. Anyway, thank you very much for this, John. It is time now to head on over to the commentator team. Once again, game number 3, well underway.
Let's go! Aura!
John to get us back over to the commentary booth as we set the stage for another game here live from Paris. A lot of energy in the building, a lot of excitement. And we got in the Alpha 7 fans in the house!
Hi, Alpha 7. Ooh la la, ooh la la.
Team that might need a bit more energy. Let's hear it for Godlike! Hey! There we go. That's what I wanted to hear, Paris. Give us some of that. Let's get loud as we get into our 3rd game of the day. They need that energy. They need it now.
Let's go, Aura. Let's go.
So far, Arena.
Let's do this.
First game of Vitality, Aura not far behind. Alpha 7 been ticking along too, 16 points. S2G, big surprises right now. 15 points so far, looking fairly good. 13 eliminations, because what this shows me is that the gun skill is there for this squad. They've only been getting 2 points off the back of placements right now, but S2G bringing some of that action to the Arena at the moment. Lovely to see.
Okay,
Another
3rd place. No problem, 3rd place. Good. Not bad.
Leaning here.
Not bad. 32 points. Not bad.
See where these players want to drop in. Vitality out early down towards Sosnovka. A little bit of a journey for themselves to get up towards that north side. It should be fine. Wait for the circle to come on through. Right now, AG.AL leading in top players. And for a good reason. This guy has been popping off between games.
And with what we've already had today, Blank, it feels like there's been something different in the air for these circles, for these games. Are we getting another ridiculous affair again? Do you reckon this will be normality?
Well, Neptune.
Aura, inshallah. सारे type करो inshallah. Inshallah, second chicken, inshallah, Aura ka, inshallah.
Players sort of need a break at this point. It's been wild so far. Some teams been able to roll with the punches, others not so. We're heading down towards the south side. This is your fault, Neptune. You got to take ownership of this one. See who comes through with it. Vitality, though, they get themselves a nice start on this one. Down towards the south side. No eking their way up past the coast on the western side. They get to start in a good position. This could head back over towards the northwest side. But Godlike already taking 2 knocks here. S-Power has to hold it down.
Let's see if they can withstand the full frontal assault that's coming their way as S-Power opens it back up onto Loco.
Come on, Aurora, come on!
Oh, close quarters engagement with the shotgun. Good pre-fire on the angle. Vinny gets it done. It's not the start they wanted.
Hustler crew has been dropping on teams all day today. Do not care.
Yeah, godlike team hai.
They lose Loco in the process, but feels like they've got their job done there. I think Godlike might need to start figuring out how they want to drop this one out, because they are going for this trash drop, right? They're going for split.
Yeah, Godlike team hai.
I think personally, maybe dropping together, because where they're dropping isn't bad. It's bad because it's bad now because people keep dropping on top of them all the time. Godlike might need to make a change in that category. Also, I mean, Hustler crew has just been all over the place. It's hard to predict.
Really?
Keeping them guessing. And that change of drop, that change of pace has certainly been hurting some of our teams.
Really?
Brutal to position to be left in immediately blank. Less than 4 minutes into the game, down to a solo. Hustler crew getting away. Yeah, sure, you take some damage, but a trio could still look to weave their way through. Squeeze a few more points out of this one, the longer it develops.
With the skin there as well, you can join Naruto Uzumaki himself with the new Ninetales Fury Org skin. Looks fantastic. 2 versions of it too. Love to see it. Get angry. Feel that rage from the Ninetales in game, because it looks awesome. It's fantastic. It's a fantastic skin. We'll see what Mania can get done here. For Godlike, starting off with Horror dropping on them into Hustler crew. I do feel bad for him. I really do. We'll see if they can pick things back up going in towards our 4th Erangel of the day and then to our Miramars. We've seen that anything can happen. They can still work their way back up those rankings. Down towards that south side, that through.
Shaka kar diya. Shaka kar diya.
Hold it down. He's only got micro Uzi to work with. It's hard. It's hard in those situations. A vest as well, level 1 helmet. The fact that he held on as long as he did was pretty insane. To be honest as well.
Yeah, it could have been way worse.
Ooh, AG.AL again. Still putting on those numbers. Goodness me, he is fearsome. Again, coming into this for Vitality, there was a lot of talk around Razy and Razak, and I've seen these guys perform before. But the fact that AG.AL is just like, guys, we got to get through here. We got to get into the top 5. We're making it through to finals. We're going to do Indonesia proud.
And they're certainly living up to the hype right now with some of the plays that are being made. We've seen these awkward encounters happening down towards Novka as well, with the shots over. Everyone taking a few casualties here and there. Wolves only getting away with a duo off the back of things, and S2G falling very early here.
Billy, welcome.
For S2G, they stepped a little bit too close to Vitality's home ground down towards his south side. They want to clear out more space. You got Razak as well as Federales holding over towards the bridge, whilst Razy as well as AG.AL currently holding down C block. They have a lot of area to work with. They are feeling unbelievably confident. Hustler crew still causing problems for people on the map.
Oh, swing out. Close quarters connections onto the Hustler crew.
GS कोसी team है GS.
Play with, looking for more as they do take the fight back over to Vinny. Nade in the hand for the close quarters shut down. It's good damage, but can't find a follow through with a shotgun. Not able to withstand it as they are down and out. Revenge there for their.
Yeah, GS किधर की team है ये?
GS.
Okay.
Crew a lesson.
समझ गया किधर का समझ गया गुज्जर समझ गया मैं.
Towards the south side of the map. Curious to see where this next circle goes, because this could be another nasty one where we end up on the bridge. Wouldn't surprise me after the circles we've seen today. Alpha 7 still keeping it pretty chilled out over towards Milta. Moved away from North George towards this location of the map, considering the plane path itself. E-Arena, though, they took way longer. I mean, they wrapped back up towards South George. Going to loot in this area, get as much as possible. I think they understand it's going to be a late rotate in, either on the bridge or send Primorsk and grab some boats.
आज 40 टीम नहीं खेल रही हमारी. आज हम Aurora Esports जो नेपाल की टीम है उसको सपोर्ट कर रहे हैं ठीक हो गया
crossing from the mainland back over. Tianba had that similar rotation.
अभी से जा रहे हैं Alpha 7 वाले
their way round. A few more star points on that one, Blank.
Oh, definitely. Line for the air does feel good. I mean, for Alpha 7 though, this is going to be feeling weird for them. Like a lot of times when they make this approach, they're always expecting teams to be holding a Novo. Yangon Galacticos, on the other hand, though, they've headed over towards Observatory. They've got a split there. They're trying to hold out all teams. Cloud down towards the south side, though, is peeking over towards Alpha 7, but the hovercraft means they can immediately get out of the water and get on the move. You can just see him there, off in the west-hand side.
Inshallah, inshallah, inshallah.
This was the S2G fight, where they were taken out by TT Project, the duo that tried to get away after their encounter versus Vitality.
Come on, Aura!
TT once again right here, right now, taking pot shots onto Dopeness bit by bit.
I mean, for TT Project, they know they've got to get some aggression under the belt right now. They are low down in the rankings, and they can't afford to let this game keep going the way it is. Ephius finishing out Kenji, and I think that might just be Dopeness out now. We've already lost 3 teams. Hustler Crew, Dopeness, S2G, down to 13, 47 players this stage of the game. It's quite carnage, quite a lot of carnage happening on the map at the moment.
Oh, okay.
A little bit more stuff.
Yeah, this is probably better for us and for the teams, Blank.
Centering up, we do have those buildings that sit down towards the ridge side on the eastern edge that currently Vitality just have free reign over. Razak might try and regroup. I think it might be a bit dangerous now, holding.
थोड़ा wait कर लो, थोड़ा लड़को, थोड़ा wait कर लो, थोड़ा wait कर लो, उनको आगे आने दो.
This is mature coming through from Vitality. They know that a lot of teams would like to take up position towards here. They don't want to leave it up to chance. 2 players getting run down. And even as I say that, Wolves start to make their way up, but they're caught up in between. TT Project.
16 तारीख को Porte के matches हैं.
They're keeping the heat on TT with how Wolves have played this one.
वो Wolfie का fight हो गया.
Individually, Zerich cleaning out towards the ground floor, makes it look simple as he busts around the door, waving the 4-4. Zerich with a nade.
Nice.
Ooh, beautiful bounce on it.
चलो भाई. Wolfie, salam alaikum.
Might be able to pick up effect, but Vitality have none of it. They hear the shots, they hear the fighting, they take down effect.
यार ये fight tough है, ये fight tough है.
Space garnered right now for Vitality.
Vitality
You might think Vitality.
क्यों लड़के यार बहुत खतरनाक है.
Watch this from Zerich.
ये लो
Feel the energy
भाई. ये लो भाई.
Looks to get the nade into the back line. Decent chip damage as they're bombarding. 4, 5 nades. Keeping them pinned in position. Razy with a wrap round the back, looking for the angle in. Federales advances with Axel. It's a good knock. Zerich down.
Just an unbelievable amount of pressure being applied right now by Vitality. Axel behind him. Neos drops down. Vitality looks clean. Not a single player lost on the knock here. And a reset actually, because of Vitality, they've been watching out for a lot of players where they're coming from. Getting a full amount of utility, a full amount of supplies from that squad, that's really good at resupplying them going forward too. And again, more space game for them. They don't want anyone coming close to those buildings on the eastern side of that ridge. This is their area to play.
Tiamba caught vision as well of Alpha 7 here. Wide play space to work with. Decent amount of cover in between the trees. Just trying to wait for an overextension. Can't really hard commit and hold the angle right now if you leave yourself exposed to the crosshairs, and Alpha 7 don't want to waste too much time amongst this until they feel they've got an edge.
Forever. Gonna wrap down, try and deny some of the sidelines, get over towards the airstrip. Maybe a bit further here. The circle could shift very far over towards the western side on this next circle potentially.
यार ओरा वाले अभी तक घुसे नहीं जोन में यार लड़कों घुसो ना.
Manya set up on the southern side of C block here. Trying to keep it as quiet as possible here for Godlike. Try and get towards those later placements. Nongshim, honestly, like I said before, a strong team, but we have not seen a massive amount of that. And again, we've had these pretty crazy, quirky circles so far. Maybe they haven't been able to excel on those.
Thank you, Malik.
Potentially here, we can see something a bit different.
Yeah, definitely a known quantity with a ton of talent. But like you say, maybe not just been the right place at the right time with the abstract nature of the first 2 games we've had today as we've kicked off the action. Group B, bringing the heat here. A lot of very explosive teams.
The
worst position with the hilltop control, cover to work with. They'll have the lay of the land over the vitality split if they advance towards them. There was a later rotate as well from Hora that's still been developing in the back. That's why we haven't seen them for some time.
Arena, in the meantime, did make the cross, by the way. Over towards the western side. They are rocking up over towards that ridge. There was a 2-2 here from Vitality. Arena rocking up on it right now. It's a little bit scary here, but immediately Vitality's backing off the angle. But they have information now. That's the big thing. Will Arena catch any of them in the process? Manya now up against Yangon Galacticos as a solo.
Chalo,
Could have had the drop on. Manu was hoping to at least get that one clothesline play. Introduced to the shotgun, but he's exposed to Smile through the window. And Yangon do shut down the final member of Godlike as another squad exits stage left.
The Arena playing this one slow at the moment. Again, I love the way these 2 teams have played this one out. Arena was cautious on the approach. Vitality didn't want to hold this position any longer. Quick regroup down towards the eastern side. Like, honestly, Vitality's playing like a finals team right now. This is really, really cool to see. Layering up towards E-Arena. They've got the hovercraft in play. I think for Razak's got to be careful here, though. Yes, he can keep gathering information. Make sure he knows exactly when E-Arena moves, where they move to, so they can plan out the rest of the game ahead of this. It is slightly dangerous versus Turney Caves playing on the top of the building.
Yeah, guys, game पे focus रखो. Game पे focus.
Slightly dangerous. This could be somewhat lethal. ETSH have to.
Oh, nice. Aura वाले आ गए zoom में. Aura वाले zoom में आ गए.
Set up, watching the bridge.
लड़कों.
Crystal clear line of sight.
GS तुम लोग के सामने. GS है संभाल के.
Vitality's current position as well with E-Arena in close proximity, and that battle does break out. Knockback over onto Emre, it seems like, though, for Ida. It's not gone anywhere near as cleanly as they were hoping for.
It's pretty messy both sides. I mean, Ida has the opportunity to get all the players back up again. They're outside in the play zone. So one player goes down there. Emre potentially getting him back up again, leaving.
Sky, but there! Sky!
But in the water, they move up. Darkin with a P90. Looks to take some shots over towards him. But again, Horror. This is horrifying, honestly, for Ida. They're just poking their head slowly over the top, making it uncomfortable right now for them.
You think with that very delayed rotate, they went all the way around the east side over the other bridge. Haven't had too many opportunities to get in this game. 32 points coming into it in 3rd place in the overall standings after our previous 2 games. They're going to want a chance to fight, add a little bit more to that. But that wasn't the hard commit onto Ida. Like you say, get a bit of a read off and try and stay safe. Rest of our teams now focusing on forging a path ahead back into the zone.
Well, the thing is that for Aura, they have to be very careful here. They know there's a ridgeline that sits down over towards Nongshan Red Force. They can play that, but they also understood they didn't want to get too involved with Ida, considering that the main rotational path here for most teams is over the northern side, over the rolling hills, and then swinging by E-Arena and then trying to play off that ridge there. So for Horror, I think they just take their chances. They move down towards the high ground. They're going to isolate a lot this northeast side of the map whilst keeping their back cleared from Nongshan Red Force as well as Vitality.
Wait karo, ladko, wait karo,
wait. Good position as well to possibly rearm themselves with some higher tier loot off the back of the drop. One of the times we've seen them not really taking early casualties as well. So we get the full force of Alpha 7 where they play their best PUBG Mobile. E-Arena seeing the wrap round from Ida. And that seems to have caught their attention, perked their eyes up a little bit. Straight down towards Tiamba territory.
I mean, right now for Ida, they were just shepherded by E-Arena in the hovercraft, and Edic does make their way up towards the building, but this is an uncomfortable position to be playing. Alpha 7 off the distance also trying to get involved there. In the midst of the chaos, Darko in the P90 goes extremely low, but for Tiamba, they don't want to really leave these buildings too much. Everyone understanding that there are so many positions to play here. There are so many sightlines at play as well, that it's difficult to be making those rotations. I mean, Eda just felt the full force of 5 different teams all taking shots towards them.
Terrified of the arena, forced into Tiamba, and then skewered by the backstab of Vitality.
Hamza, इनको जवाब दे दो ना, सेठ इनको जवाब दे दो.
To see when they want to make a move. Zone still crunching in. Last few squads making their rotate in.
Yeah. I mean, this is playable though, right? That's the problem for Alpha 7 right now. This is very playable in terms of the ridge line. They've got ahead of them that slight slope that looks upwards. Until they're forced to move, I don't think they're pulling off.
Nice, Slippy, nice! Amazing, Slippy.
Smile.
Easy, easy, girl, easy.
Behind the missiles. On to see if they can find Romeo underneath. Sleepy looking to do his best anti-aircraft. Over towards these guys, clip their wings. At distance, but this time he's got the DBS in hand, no Balti in play.
अच्छा Aura zoom में, nice, good, easy, लड़को, easy.
Distance on that one. Non-ship Red Force still sitting pretty inside of the defensive area they've set up for themselves, whilst Alpha 7 go from playing passive to pouncing on a team. 72 1GS taking casualties. Tiamba also find an opportunity to get involved, and Alpha 7 collapse onto it now. Blank clean up through action.
That's really good. They spotted an opportunity, opened up over towards GS, and be able to find a fair few elimination off the back of it. Yangon Galacticos also do move down this way. After that initial engagement with Aura earlier on,
they
want to be in, and suddenly they find themselves with neighbors here in Alpha 7. 2 champions up against one another now.
But the issue is, Blank, heavy are the heads that wear the crown. And it's Yangon Galacticus that need to stand their ground and defend versus a reinvigorated Alpha 7 with a point to prove.
It's a real big opportunity there for Revo. 6 nades.
Yeah, Revo इधर बड़ा वो बन रहा है, स्याड़ा बन रहा है.
Good arc on the first 2. Initial chip damage to aid them in the fight, but no overcommitment. Seeing more of that dynamic tempo they were talking about in some of the early interviews this event, saying they know when to be aggressive now, but they know when to break in and try and reset.
Yeah. Again, I think that was the big thing for Alpha 7 though. I think they got so in their heads that there was not a single team that could fight them clearly, that potentially that's their downfall. But again, this team has incredible...
Aura, in very good position. In very good position.
When to pull it back.
Inshallah, ये भी chicken होगा Aura का.
A lot better today. Honestly, it's looked a lot cleaner.
Easy guys, easy. Easy kill होगा निकालो. Otherwise, relax.
But they're realizing there's some big dogs in this lobby.
More respect, but it goes both ways. They do assess the situation as well, getting a bit of info. Top side
perfect position में हो रहा, perfect position
में. The issue too heartedly if they lose.
Nice Sky, nice Sky, nice.
But that might be an opportunity presented off the shot up from Hora. Filthy angle on that, Blank.
That's a long distance shot as well. Certainly put Tony K down. Helmet's got to be suffering off the back of that. Rough for Tony K as well, as he's usually the front man for the squad here.
Oh, भाई साहब, कितने squad? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 टीमें रहते हैं भाई साहब.
Times to be taking knocks.
Zoom और पे आ गई भाई.
Korea.
Oh!
We're down towards the southeast.
Versailles, Aura,
out from the building.
NS.
Very clear where they've been playing.
इन तीनों पे zoom आ गया.
Actually move up towards the loot crate. I don't know how far in this is.
यार वल्ला Aura के पास
if you still got vehicles.
Super chance, super.
And Like you touched on there, could this be a game where Nonshin Red Force finally come alive? They've had a pretty safe pathway throughout the zones we've seen so far here on Game 3. We know they're talented. We've been amping them up. We just need to see it, but let's see if Alpha 7 can bring the thunder on the close quarters engagement. Goodbye, Milu, as Tiamba get hit by the front of the vehicle. Quick flicks coming out from A7. Knock back onto him, and they're starting to take a bit of damage. Taking pot shots down. And although they've cleaned out the ditch, they've got a lot more to worry about.
This is just the difference between EWC and when we come to any other tournaments around the world.
Alpha 7,
PMGO very similar in that approach as well, where you cannot make any play without another team dipping their heads in, right? It's really, really difficult. Every squad knows when to pick up the heat, honestly. E-Arena also suffering massively on their entry.
Yeah, Revo, क्या kill से कर रहा है भाई? Wow.
Yangon still living on with a 4-man squad. Hillside position
easy,
in play currently for them that they will have to abandon eventually.
Yeah, पीछे वाला निकले ना फिर Aurora के लिए easy scene है.
The duo of Ida was rattled down to only Darkin off the back of this central angle that was taken from Alpha 7. Arcing nades in towards the Tianba compound.
भाई आज हम Aurora को support कर रहे हैं मेरी जान.
Suffering so much earlier on versus Alpha 7, still
जो हमारी टीम को respect
playing a
देते हैं.
building that everyone
उनको हम
knows
support कर रहे हैं.
is occupied. Darkin and Tiamba live in the same nightmare. Right now, Alpha 7 need to make a move. Watchtower is open. Potential at moving over towards that. Vitality takes some heavy hits. Nongshim Red Force continuing to put on the pressure on this map. Again, Yangon Galacticos suffering to the same thing that E-Arena did. They were looking for any kind of entry point, but every single way in just feels like a tight, narrow alley. They've got to squeeze themselves through.
Alpha 7 biding their time, know that they can strike now with a peek out. Ravo single-handedly has been the explosive force on Alpha 7. 5 elims tied to just this one beastly player. He's on his last legs for now. They need to play medic to get him back up, but Nonshin Red Force
Aurora zone में अभी भी zone में Aurora. Easy guys, तुम लोग के पीछे कोई नहीं है. बिल्कुल easy scene है लड़कों.
Really, really hard approach for them. I think they've played phenomenally this match so far. It's never been easy, but they are running out of supplies, right? They're running out of meds overall. I think the gas is low in the tank. Let's see how much more Alpha 7 can get done in this game. I think this is where they really will need to take the task to the next level. I think it's going to be hard. The game's going to come down to Nongshim Red Force vitality, unless Aura has something to say about it.
Nonshin Red Force just uncontested by any other squads. They've just got 3 angles to hold onto A7. And like you say, it's made it so brutal to move up. Meanwhile, we get the POV of Axel that's taking shots down onto him, but running low on supplies again. The ammunition economy could be a problem. They turn their attention straight onto Horror though, Blank, and want to see if they can charge.
The nades just aren't pitched right though. I think that's the last bombardment coming through from Alpha 7 too. There's a couple more nades still left. M79's in play as well. You need those smokes to make your way across. But I think it might be lights out soon. Great shot from Axel once again. This man's name's been in my mouth far too often today. It's crazy.
Just as Nonshin turn their attention over onto Yangon, and Alpha 7 were given a chance to take.
Still
holding. And Alpha cut short on the They can't arrive. Hold on.
Whoa!
The jiggle there comes on through. Looks really, really good in that moment. I mean, Aura didn't give them a chance to move on that one.
Chance, yaar! Oh, monster!
Yeah, managed to make themselves into a top 5 despite everything.
Zoom निकलना
massively suffering to the sidelines of pretty much just Axel, who has their number. But Yangon, I feel like their time is up now.
Yeah.
And that could be a statement that you could attribute to every other squad in the lobby with how Vitality are starting to play. A beautiful day from them so far. 10 elims in the space of this single battleground up to this point. A full is Nonshin Red Force. No. Joker. Oh.
almost got the second, dude. I actually felt it in that moment. But he might have single-handedly just ruined the chances of Aura. It goes down to this. Nongshim Red Force versus Vitality.
Nee! Nee! Why, bro?
Does get the res, though, which denies the point. That's why he goes through with it.
Yaar, Sky!
An economic play.
Arre!
Thinking about the future of what's yet to come for Hora. But right now in the flesh, live in Paris, we're talking about the present that is this game, a gift we've been given with Vitality playing flawlessly and Nongshim Red Force bringing the strategy.
It's okay, it's okay,
it's okay. Good. Two squads.
No problem. GG's. GG's, guys. GG's for Aura.
Side by side now.
जो अल्फा को लिया है ना ओ भाई साहब
Nongshim Red Force, they moved up early. They've got one vehicle that I can see in play.
कोई बात नहीं
Vitality having these cars still up and available is a really big deal for them, which is maybe why
Zoom se maar kha gaya,
making such a big deal
Zoom se maar kha Zoom nahi hota
scaring off
there is something to do,
so they couldn't take shots down towards the tires because they knew they need those wheels later on. Little plays like this can make the difference. Moving up towards that loot crate could be the big thing, though. Vitality looking to make the first move. You can hear the engines revving. Observers, love you guys.
Setting the scene. Now. Giving us the cinematics of the story on this one. And I think you're spot on with how they played it, mate. But that's the devil in the details that's really raised our opinion of Vitality just in the space of the previous two games, with the fact that strategically it's been on the money time and time again.
नहीं Aura ने अपने points बना के रखे हो तो ऊपर ही रहेगा नीचे नहीं आएगा.
Begging that each other makes a peak. Right now this is more about information gain than everything. Not having any sight denied by the windows inside. And it comes down to this zone 9. Circle starts to close. Both teams will have to make a move. M79's dropping out the smokes. Clearing out space between the center of the buildings. In come the vehicles. Razak goes first. Gets it up towards the next. Had to make the crossing without taking too much damage here. Again, everything is folding into this.
Cerebral plays. The smoke wall providing the cover that they need to take space off of this. Second by second, edging further closer into a better angle to play off of. They want to cross. Smoke wall goes up. That's an aid being primed from the top of the roof. It could be absolutely brutal. Goes into the back line. Just splash damage.
What an insane nade. Axel's moving up though. He's getting towards the back line. Top them. He's already in. Razy's going to take a little bit of damage from that. Razak very much hurting now in the back lines. Razy's going to send a Molotov over the top side. Axel hurting.
Mortality, yaar, mortality. Yaar, ye bande bade.
Elim so far. There's the spam in from the Blizzard as we see another player fall. Nongshim Red Force seeing red as they're bringing the heat straight to Vitality. Only a single player remains. He might have artillery, but he can't do it. Nongshim Red Force with a strategic, comfortable game. Take game 3 and get that chicken dinner.
Just hold strong inside the building, they say. Au revoir to Vitality.
Vitality,
C'est la vie.
But honestly, for Nongshim Red Force, I half expected
North Korean,
just to be the ending of them. But it was stalwart in their defense. Losing Razak on the approach was the big deal. I half expect them just to all follow Axel's approach and just move to the side. But Nongshim Red Force
इनके साथ प्रैंक कर दिया Aura वालों ने Aura पे पुश कर रहे ले लिए इनको
just given so much space to
भाई साहब पुश करेगा लल्लू पंजू प्लेयर बैठे वहाँ पे पुश करेगा
just what they've done for themselves, it's the reverberations they're sending throughout the other teams in this lobby, in this group.
Love you too, brother.
Trapped in such a horrific position. A squad that looked like they were really starting to build up energy in that lobby, in that game. Held back by Nongshim Red Force, could not get out of their angle. Forced to fight Hora, and it all falls.
But honestly, again, when we were watching that game, Alpha 7 probably had the roughest task ahead of them. But they persevered, and that really speaks volumes for Alpha 7 in my opinion. I think those boys really gave it all in their game. For Vitality, Noxian Red Force, they had the best compound. Let's say 10, right? But I think for Alpha 7, they had to work for those points. They had to work for their money there. And it's nice to see the synergy look good. And that's what Rebel was talking about, that they feel better going to these games. So I think this is a difference maker today. Again, we got the Alpha 7 squad. We're looking to destroy everyone in the lobby.
Ooh la la, इनका game ID दो ना.
But yeah,
Room खेलेंगे इनके साथ room.
Aurora, they are stepping up at the moment.
It's incredibly competitive out there, and I think that's the beautiful thing about it from what we've seen from Group B today. Everyone is keeping it so close.
Top
They're giving
three.
it their best. I think you're spot on, man. I entirely agree. It's what they said in the interviews as well. And sometimes it's just words, but no, they prove that it's reality.
Exactly.
They prove it, Blank.
It's not just false confidence. I mean, it's nice
Ah,
to
yeah, room
when he
खेलने में
just
क्या
says,
है?
look, the synergy's better, we're prepared this time, and you can see it in game. But are you prepared to go up against an E-Arena? Are you prepared to go up against a Vitality, a revitalized Noxian Red Force? I don't know, but we'll find out later today.
Max and Lace here at the merch stand at EWC 2026. Now, I've heard, Max, you're a little bit of a card fan.
Look, I've been playing and collecting card games for over a decade now, and I've never been on a card myself. But that changes today, right here at this booth.
Well, yes, here at EWC, you can actually choose what you want to go on your card. Fantasy, fighting, shooter, cyberpunk, horror. Max, I'm going to have to go shooter. What about yourself?
Look, I love shooters, but fantasy is just so sick, so I'm going to go fantasy. But now the next one is you're picking your class. Usually in every game I play, I'm a healer, so I'm going to go with the healer class.
Oh.
And guess what? I'm a DPS gal. I'm right up in that action, so I'm going to hit DPS. Fire, ice, lightning, shadow, glitch. So now we can put a bit of an aura light around our card. I think you're a glitch. Glitch?
I'm a glitch? I don't know how to take that, but thank you, I guess. But yeah, Esports World Cup is all about, you know, getting that technology involved. So I'm going to go with the glitch side of it. And next one is going to be Alien, Elf, Orc, Demon, and Undead. And I don't want to pick for you, Lace, but I feel like Elf would fit you perfectly on your card.
Absolutely. I'm going to pick Elf. It's like you just knew me, Max, and I'm so excited for this card. Now we're going to open the camera here and take our photo.
I'm going to use my mic as a staff. I think that's a good way to do it. Oh, yeah, dynamic pose.
Oh.
Oh, I like that. And confirm. Avatar. Let's see how it comes out.
I had to get the pose down, Max. There we go. Now, of course, you guys here can come to the merch stand at EWC in and amongst your games. Make your own card. You can actually get it sent to your email address for free. But Max and I think we're going to get ours printed.
Yeah, we're going to redeem it right here at the booth and see how it looks in real life.
All right, Max and I haven't seen our cards yet, but you guys at home have. Are you ready to?
ये क्या है? अच्छा यहाँ वहाँ पे इन लोगों के लिए कार्ड्स वगैरह वगैरह बनते हैं भाई साहब. Rewards देते हैं भाई. Oh my yes. Oh my yes. Faisal bhai once okay. Next match कभी होगा. Next match 5 मिनट में होगा. Wait करो. 5 मिनट में. यार देखो आज 40 की टीम नहीं खेलेगी. 40 की टीम ऑलरेडी क्वालिफाइड टॉप 1 क्वालिफाइड फाइनल्स के लिए हो गई है. तो 40 वाली टीम अपना 16 तारीख को खेलेगी फाइनल्स. समझ रहे हो? सेड हाई बैक. आज हम सपोर्ट कर रहे हैं हमारे ओरा टीम को, जो हमारे प्लेयरों को सब रिस्पेक्ट देते हैं. ओरा की जो टीम है ना, दे लव पाकिस्तानी प्लेयर्स. दे रिस्पेक्ट 14 फलक वाली जो टीम है उनको साथ उनका एक ब्रदराना रिश्ता है. दे लव ईच अदर, रिस्पेक्ट देते हैं. या तो क्यों नहीं हम इनको सपोर्ट करें? व्हाई नॉट? या टीम भी अच्छी है, टीम भी खेलती है, बिल्कुल इंटेंस. अभी देखा आप लोगों ने, एक चेक इन किया, दूसरे पे 3rd नंबर पे आए, और जैसा अपना अल्फा 7 वो पुश कर रहे थे इन पे, नल्ला समझा हुआ पुश कर रहे, दे दिया उनको डंडा। ओ भाई जान,
top 5 just try and do something.
गाड़ी से उतारा पूरी टीम को।
However,
भाई क्या मजाक समझो जो पुश करोगे
we've
हमारे
been talking
ऊपर।
about this actually before the game, right? Where it's like this team does not have any pressure on them whatsoever. They are not a team that falters under that pressure. So for me, seeing that, I was like, okay, let's see what they got. Let's see what they got. And actually, you know, coming in, they had a fantastic defense. Vitality.
यार YouTube पे लिखो SQ Magic,
but I
Facebook पे नहीं दिख रहे कमेंट्स ग्लिच होते हैं, तो YouTube पे हम लाइव भी है, उधर कमेंट लिखेंगे, आ जाओ।
Still go as a group.
YouTube पे लिखो SQ Magic आ जाएगा।
We're safe, and that's what won them the game.
And I mean, I got to talk about Vitality again. I'm sorry that I'm harping on about them, but they were able to have a 11.3 average elimination rate to catch E Arena. This is insanity after obviously the cracking game from E Arena right at the start, but they created themselves such powerful positions in this zone. They had such an incredibly close gap in points.
Sleepy जब knock हुआ ना, इस situation में Sky ने जब उसको किल किया, स्काई को आगे जाना चाहिए था, रुकता नहीं, लेकिन स्काई रुक गया।
They should have followed through after popping the smokes, but obviously 3 of them held back. It would have been a different game for them. But from the start, I mean, the recon that they had, every single building push that they were able to do, especially against, I think it was TT, they are playing absolutely insane. Not only for
hey guys. Hello. I decided to join you guys for a little bit of a CC update because I've got some interesting stuff to talk about, okay? We've got a lot going on at the Lenovo Legion Gauntlet. We already had a 3rd, 4th place decider match happen, and Geek Esports was able to claim 3rd place, making Rock Esports be that 4th place squad. Once that was done, we now have a grand finals match occurring. We will have another EWC champion in just a couple hours. That's between AG.AL and KSG. It's going to be massive, and of course, I'll keep you guys all updated at home for how that ends up playing out. But, I mean, now that I'm here, let's get back into the discussion. These matches are great. Max, I kind of want to ask, Lace, do you have any thoughts about
Vitality?
Get out of here. Get out of here. Don't be trying to take my job. Go find some more updates for the club championship. Yeah, she was going to ask you about, I don't even know what. Max, after these 3 matches, what has surprised you so far?
That was it's a normal-ish game. Actually, it was kind of weird still. The circle was very far to the western side. There was a lot of water on phase 1 zone. But overall, the execution was fun, but it was very gifted. We know, looking at this game, Vitality, Nongshan Red Force, not contested. There are 2 buildings in the circle until the very bitter end, literally until circle 8/9, and they went to make it work out. But pretty an easy win, right? And we're going to have a replay very soon to check out how Vitality decided to commit to the push. But here we go. Quick look at the overall rankings.
Oh my
goodness. The point gap that we have created.
41K.
And 4th position, Liptroy.
41K.
41 points up against 25.
I saw that in the beginning.
Very good, very good, very good. 41 points, very good, very good.
I was looking at
Aurora
41 16 points.
Wow,
and
amazing, good, good, good.
41 to 25 is insane. 25, 20, 16, 15, 12. That's sort of more normal for a game 3. 51 is not. And I don't know how we've got here. E Arena, Vitality, even Hora doing fantastic in what have been back to back to back insanely difficult zones.
We do have to say though, for E Arena, they have slowed down, Lays. They ended up getting 39 points in that first game, but after that, yeah, you've been able to get some points here and there. Obviously, just for everybody, I'm not expecting for you to get 30 points again, but if it does happen, that'll be amazing. But the squad just hasn't been able to pull off the gap that I thought was going to happen.
See, this is what I see across several games, is that your game number 1 can be the crux of the whole entire thing. You can clearly take everyone's weakness, go in strong, but of course, 2nd, 3rd game, people are going to start reading your plays, understand where that you are going to push and how you're going to make this through, and that's what's happening in the arena now. They had such a strong start, but everyone's reading them like
are you supporting in Group B?
When we saw the overall bottom 3, we did ended up seeing
हम Aurora को support कर रहे हैं मेरी जान.
we saw this past match that they ended up getting into a hot drop. For this squad, you know what? Before we even talk about Godlike, let's talk about this, because I know you wanted to talk about this, Max.
Yes, I really wanted to have a bird's eye view of this push on Vitality that really can see the center of the circle, forcing Vitality out of their compound before Nongshim Red Force. So Vitality don't have the advantage anymore. They have to be on the offensive. Massive smoke road. I'm not going to lie, looking at some of these smokes, not great synergy and communication. It kind of all spread all over the place, not denying lines of sight properly onto Nongshim Red Force, but you can see the moment the two teams do get in grenade range, it's just a mini red zone here in this final zone, sending it forward. But this, I would say, is the biggest mistake from Vitality, and the main reason why they didn't end up getting this chicken dinner. They're sending it one by one. One player sends it, then an extra player sends it, but two players are still on the back end of that fight. This is the moment to send everything onto Nongshim Red Force to hopefully make it work out. But here, one player on the left side of the wall, he gets overwhelmed. That's the end for Axel. Another player inside the building gets 1v3 at that moment pretty much. No way, Jose, is that working out. The two other players still on the roadside. Unfortunately for them, that was a massive misplay, sending it all together. Maybe that could have been a Vitality win, but Nongshim Red Force, they see that mistake and instantly shut it down.
And it was going to be a hard push for Vitality. The fact that they weren't even able to try to make that push was perfect to see. Now, going back to Godlike, one thing that I was talking about with OG is that I wanted to see aggressiveness. Here with Godlike, I don't want to see unnecessary aggressiveness out of this squad, and I'm talking about those hot drops. You don't need to do those hot drops. Right now, you started off hot in Rondo, but they have slowed down in a way that they're just having to do silly things. You don't want to be hot dropping. You want to secure those points.
Look, before this game, I said
MVP पे, damage पे,
a more normal game from them.
Points पे, elimination, यानी
because bad zones are just
kills पे, सब कुछ पे top 1 रही है.
We had a normal zone issue. Wait,
वो
we
direct final है वो.
Normal zone because they were
तो और क्या कहना है बस?
because they were
तो समझ जाओ दुनिया का number 1 team वही है.
Why are we doing this?
I'm going to jump in again on your solo camera shot.
Yes.
Miramar's coming up. La Coberia. So if it's happening on a wrangle, they're hot dropping the entire day, basically.
That's so true. You're so right.
Voila,
I'm
boy,
not
I
here
don't
for
know.
Stop hop dropping. Play normally. We believe in you. Just stop it.
I believe in them too. You know what? Let's all get into it cozy here. Let's go over, ladies. Yeah. How do we feel about hot drops?
I freaking love it. I think it's fantastic. I think this is the 6 games you've got to make and do these plays. But you've got another 6 tomorrow to sort of calculate and figure it out. Hot drop. Go crazy.
What if it's a hot drop with Vitality?
Vitality don't get you. Maybe don't do that.
Definitely.
Read the game, VOD review, guys. Don't drop where Vitality's dropping right now. They're playing great.
Please, honestly, Godlike, stop hot dropping. You're a team that has the potential to make it to the finals, just like OG was able to do as well.
Support.
So please make sure you keep doing that. And as we're at the halfway point here of PMWC at EWC
already support करना है मैंने कल बोला था कि हम करेंगे लोगों ने बना नहीं लेकिन जब मुझे प्राइवेट में कुछ
Looty. Yeah, Barney, tell me. I've asked you to.
मुझे प्राइवेट में कुछ इंडियन यूट्यूबरों के वीडियोस आए जिस तरीके से गलत लफ्ज इस्तेमाल किया है फोर्टनाइट के ऊपर. So why should I support Godlike? मेरे टीम को टारगेट कर रहे हो आप, क्या मैं तुम्हारी टीम को सपोर्ट करूंगा? हरगिज नहीं. तो ओरा का और फोर्टनाइट का एक यानी ब्रदरली एक रिश्ता है. यू नो, एक दूसरे को रिस्पेक्ट देते, प्यार करते, मोहब्बत करते. So why not we support Aura? Aura की टीम भी बड़ी awesome है, aggressive game खेलती है, अच्छी गेम खेलती है. So let's go with Aura. Yeah, let's go. Aura. Yeah. और Aura में जो स्पेशली स्लीपी जो प्लेयर है उनका, I like him. He's a very good player. So,
bro, are you
let's go!
I mean,
once again, everyone!
To the day.
Type Aura!
Hitting those games every single time, always.
Everyone, type Aura!
having a blast with it. Now they're neck and neck at the top. And
Respect those boundaries.
Man, those
Respect
boundaries are long gone. We saw, in my opinion, the best start in a tournament in PUBG Mobile Esports history here. And we got some teams actually competing with them still. It is unreal. The zones have been going all over the place. This first half has been nuts, and I'm expecting even more craziness.
There is so much still left to go, if you can even imagine it, right? That is so crazy that we've had such a bombastic start, but we've still got plenty more matches left. This is the last AG.AL today, so we're going to be heading to Miramar later as well. The desert awaits, but we have to get through the last of the grassy pastures first in order to get there. We haven't earned that right just yet. Neither have our players, but they are getting locked and loaded and lobbied up as we head on into the match. It is time once more to see if Vitality can reach that late game.
Let's see if they're going to be able to do it. This is the final AG.AL, like you mentioned. This AG.AL, like you mentioned. This AG.AL, like you mentioned. This AG.AL, like you mentioned.
Thank you.
Got to be feeling pretty good.
Let's go!
To get it. We're about to find out. Let's get into it.
Sare type karo Aura. Sare type karo Aura. Everyone type Aura. Let's go, Aura. Let's go, let's go, let's go.
Military Island up towards Saverny on this plane path. We're going to see a fairly fair distribution of drop spots available for everybody. No real big dramas here. Taking a look at those tables as well. Nongshim Red Force jumping up with that chicken dinner all the way to 5th place on 20 points right now. Just goes to show you these early doors don't mean a jot if you can keep it going. So for Hustler Crew, let's pick up the pace, you know? A UK team in the finals? Absolutely, I'd love that.
Let's get it going. I mean, hey, we saw Nongshim before that last game. They had, what, 6 points? And then now we see them, like you mentioned, in 5th place in just one single game. So when it comes to Hustler Crew, they could definitely get it going here. We can see the top players there on that bottom left side with Axel with 14 eliminations.
40 final pe gayi 40 final pe.
Rosters right now. Vitality Arena are going to be slathered all over these top player cards. I'm guaranteeing it for you now with what they were able to do. They are looking very,
let's go boys, let's go. All the best for all teams. All the best.
I think it's safe to say, but they still have done so much. And Aurora keeping pace. I mean, in any other sort of day, that 41-point record for Aurora would be pretty immense, right? After the first couple of matches.
Oh my God.
Whoa!
Let's do it to them again, you know? Let's send a circle down south and see what they got. Because, yeah, we didn't get enough military.
What is going on today? These circles have been absolutely insane. And you're right, we're back down south once again. You got Vitality down there. I mean, it's wild to think that we saw a 39-point game in one match. Actually have a team title. Like, this is ridiculous.
Yeah, I mean, since then, what is that? 12 points they've earned in the next 2 games, which is still pretty good, right? That's pretty good. That's like a middle table performance right now, 8 to 9.
Let's go, boys. Let's go.
A piece. So yeah, they've still done pretty well, but Vitality's consistency for me is really interesting. And given this circle, Vitality are in such a good spot. If it does go south,
Indian team godlike,
because they do need to keep themselves nice and cool, calm, collected, and look good.
Yeah, well, you guys got to make sure you pick up that Naruto skin, that Uzumaki event
cross
is
going
on,
cross
guys. Make sure you pick up all that good stuff in-game immediately. I'll tell you what, I make sure that I got mine, and I know that Maxman has got his. But which team's going to get this chicken dinner? We can see the Wolves. They ain't messing around. They said, let's get down south quick.
Absolutely. First over the bridge. Well, second maybe over the bridge, I think it's safe to say. You do have some players.
Oh, what the hell?
No. They're just going to abandon it. Not even going to try and flip it. I mean, I guess if you don't have any nades or anything like that, that's actually really nasty for the Wolves. That's going to slow them down. The good news is that they are across. The bad news is we saw them do that.
Yeah.
So, you know.
Out of all the things.
That's the most negative aura that I think I've ever seen of any team is from the NA team, of course.
Out of all the things that could have got put on screen, has to be that one.
Who was driving? I didn't catch.
You know what? It was nobody that was driving.
Oh, they get caught by Vitality.
No!
Oh, if only you had a vehicle.
This just goes to show here, folks, at this level, one single... Oh, but with a pan!
Whoa! You got a pan knock. I think that was a thrown pan knock coming on through. Okay, they're not out of the fight just yet, but they are starting to bleed. The
Whoa! What
will
we get?
I imagine that Razy's going to get back up.
Yeah, now you got Necessary all by his lonesome. Razak trying to pull off some plays there. Oh my gosh, switching in that buggy. Necessary is done, and the Wolves are getting destroyed. This is what I'm talking about. One tiny mistake, a domino effect into a straight disaster.
जैसे गाड़ी उनकी करती हुई उनके साथ प्रैंक हो गया.
Team right now, man.
यार ये वॉल्फ भी अच्छी टीम है, by the way.
Wow.
Look at his face.
Hey, he's got, look at his vehicle. They found another. Oh.
अबे मिल गया.
Wait, no. I
Whoa!
if found the flip turn vehicle, the beetled vehicle.
Dude.
And if they've pitched it back, that would be brilliant.
This is what I mean, and the good thing is that Vitality is that this is their drop spot. They're already so high on the leaderboards, they can do whatever they want. They could chase this all the way if they feel like it. Let's take a look at the replay.
Okay.
Oh, what's this? No way!
Oh my, on a moving buggy.
Whoa!
With a headshot!
Whoa!
Headshot to the face! Are you kidding me? That was insane!
यार क्या लिया वॉल्फ ने?
I mean, still, that's going on the highlight reel for sure.
Oh yeah, I mean, yeah, that's that.
Ben से
they get some
नोकिया.
more points back for that.
Yeah,
so we can forgive the flip vehicle. You know, if you're getting a ranged pan headshot,
Damn.
you're breaking brains and scrambling like eggs. You know, that's fair enough. You're gonna bring the pan to play like that. You can have that one back.
Yep. Yeah, that officially is even.
Oh, what's up?
Let's take a look here at Vitality, though. They're looking to put in some more work. Oh, look at that, though. We're going to see Lupa get a nice knock onto Razak. Can he hit this next one? He doesn't.
The rest of his team not so lucky either.
यार बर्तन से मजाक नहीं है, भाई खतरनाक टीम है.
Razak will be resible here. They have got the backup. Axel's holding face, and they do need to send in for that recall as well. Ooh, is having the hovercraft rolling up to the fight, Jukes.
Yeah, and you can see Axel getting those thirsts really quickly here. Kenji, that hovercraft is getting beat up. Still surviving for the time being, but now it's on fire. Kenji has to back up. He's got the UMP in hand. It has to make a crazy play, but that nade hurt way too much. It's all up to Matika.
3 players for Vitality. They should be able to hold this one down. The question is, how much time is this going to take, right? Because all the while, teams are starting to migrate south. They're moving in towards those bridge locations. Vitality losing time in terms of their ability to set up across these hills and may lose the ability to stop players getting across. Nox and Red Force have taken advantage of this. They are now on the north side of that military base. And in comes Ida as well across the bridge.
You're correct. One thing about Vitality, though, is they do have the ability to get straight to the finals in like 4 matches. That is one thing that is definitely happening, though, with how crazy they're playing here. I don't even know if this is PMWC or if this is a classic at this point, because Vitality are just running over everybody. Matika's trying to make something happen, though. Oh, it's actually from across with the AK.
Ida chiming in with a third party. This is the bridge crossing team. They move forward. Vitality starting to drop now. There's a flush sent their way. A second and they are cut down to 1. All of a sudden, this bridge crossing is going to come back. It's going to punish them. And Axel still down. Only Razy remains.
He's going to go for the res. Looks like he might be able to get it. But yeah, they took a long time on this fight. And the longer they waited, those third parties are coming in. Now you got Ida in the mix. So this is bad news for both of these teams. Dopeness is in big trouble. Vitality, I mean, they got 6 eliminations, and the fact that they're so high on the leaderboards, I mean, that's still not a bad game, but you're right. If they would have just made a few different plays, we could have seen a crazy, crazy match from them again.
John!
Take control of the hills. They decided to go for the fight with Dopeness. I think that it lasted a lot longer than they expected, which is why we're seeing this sort of thing unfold. Stuck in.
उधर fight हो रहा है, दिखाओ ना.
It is unfortunate for Vitality, but going for the fight in the first place, maybe not a terrible idea. As you said there, though, Jukes, it's the sticking around that has really come back to bite them. Because the
teams
are going to be hauling into
nice!
Now. You're
Nice!
One heck of a tournament. No fear. Gonna have to make a play here. Gets Edmino. Tries to hit that shot, but Godlike shuts down Aura, and they are out of this one.
up on the northeast side. There is time to res here. It's stage 1 on the blue zone, about to hit stage 2, and this res will come through. They'll be able to get on the road. They can out-heal it. That's a really annoying circle for a lot of teams. It pushes you up to the north coast. And I mean, it technically still has the ability to go back to the mainland.
This is so yeah, I mean, you guys can see it there in the top right. This circle, just so much water in between them, and that zone could still go north. But Axel trying to put some more eliminations for his team. Can he win this 1v1? He's got the DBS. Speaker's gonna have to reload. He's got the pump shotgun. Let's see what he can do. It's Og. He's gonna do the jump out. Let's see. Trying to make some moves, find those angles.
Reload on the AUG now. Got 10 rounds behind. It should be enough. He goes for it. He's got the HP advantage.
Whoa!
Doesn't even need to sweat it. Razy will get back to his feet. They do need to start to get a move on now. Severely diminished as they are, but they are on 58 points already. 7 points earned this match. As you said, it's already a good result. All the way up by Rozhok Bridge as we hop on over to Etch as they try and hold it underneath. Looks like they're doing pretty well against 721 Gaming GS.
Yeah, you can see Fajita's got that nade. And just pulling the pin, scaring them off. Okay, and this is a tough fight here. This is way too long in the blue zone. But the fact that the zone did go up north, it does buy them a little time. They don't have to really panic all the way down to military base. But regardless, you know, you're trying to get a big game here. I mean, especially for 721 GS. Down a player, only 7 points. This is just rough for them.
Absolutely. Very, very difficult stuff. Them and Hustler Crew, well, everyone towards the bottom of these tables is going to look for that Nongshim Red Force injection of points. Nongshim Red Force getting across the military island early on the northern side of it.
Group B
play fairly well for them in this sort of a circle. Given how the lay of the land sits, they're going to be buffered around by teams trying to cross either side of them, rather than coming across, and they can farm up players trying to go for a swim. Let's hop back on board with the fight on our screens, though. 721 GS lost a player. We saw that on the crossing, and Etch trying to keep them there, but there is a knockback over to Fajita.
Yeah, you can see Speed holding that angle on the backside. Needs to get with this team at this point. There ain't nobody in that direction. But we see the MG3s in play. Masco's got that S12K. That's the gun you want, though, in that CQC close quarters combat. And right now, this fight is still ringing out. This is all the way over by Rozhok, folks. This is going to take a long time.
GS can push.
Now we're starting to see some util get thrown back and forth, and everybody's just trying to wait for that first critical knock.
Oh, Alico should completely see NASA there. Uh-oh, going for the nades.
Whoa!
Placed. They felt like they should have known there was a player here. And that's going to be a big opener for them, but in the close quarters, that SK-12 is going to dominate. And S721 GS will be able to clean out partially some of the team from Etch, and both teams now bleeding heavily. No one having a good time. They're losing players left and right, and they still have to get south. I don't think these two are going to get very far.
Yeah, I mean, this was a kind of a sacrificial play. I wouldn't have minded this fight personally if that zone was deep millie, because it's like, yeah, our chances of getting down there are pretty tough now. Let's just try to get these points. But considering where that circle is, I think they could have just avoided this fight and fought late game. But regardless, you know, that's the decision they made, and that's the one they went with. Let's take a look at Alpha 7. Alpha 7 are going to be going on the other side of the bridge, wrapping around. The next zone did head a little bit heavier into military. And for the time being, it does look like they're going to have a clear path to that circle.
Alpha 7 looking to scout the bridge on the western side right now, moving Carrillo up onto the high ground near the lookout post there. The lighthouse will be able to see if anyone's holding that bridge, which is definitely very possible. Maybe stop off for a little picnic while you're there. Why not? Have a little bit of downtime, but you can't be sleeping too long because you do still need to get on towards this circle.
You got to get moving, that's for sure. Let's take a look at their utility. Carrillo's got a UMP, level 3 vest. Couple first aids, that's going to help them out here. It is still pretty early. Stage 3, you can definitely afford to eat a little bit of that blue zone. And considering where the circle went, this is not a bad play from them at all. So far, Alpha 7, not doing bad at all. They're in 4th place right now at 25 points. This is really good to see for them, considering that they haven't hit a final all year long yet.
Abzur किधर का बना हुआ है यार? Military base का बना हुआ है.
They haven't hit it, but they did hit it in a very dramatic fashion. I think that's kind of more the point, right? They went down in group stages in bottom 2 of their lobby, which was on nobody's bingo card, right?
Yeah.
So to be able to regain a little bit of confidence moving here would be brilliant. Obviously, a top 5 is what they're shooting for. What's what they should be aiming for, right? But even getting through to survival stage, I think for them would be a little bit of reassurance. Depends how heavy the ego sits, right?
Yeah.
If they're like top 5 or nothing,
matches,
then fine, sure.
Umair Khan,
It's a competitive
16
spirit. I'll
तारीख
give
को
them that,
है.
but, you know, even survival is better than what they did before.
ये group stage
That's what it's all
के
about. And it's
matches
you know,
हैं.
there's an old saying in the boxing world, you know, as you get
ये
older,
अलग
the
teams हैं.
speed slowly goes away, but that power always stays there. And I think that's Alpha 7.
यार यहाँ पे मैं ये देख रहा हूँ इस ग्रुप में mostly इस
they're
ग्रुप
such a
में
dominating team that these guys
जैसे
can get off the
फोड़ी
couch,
खेल
and I
रही
think
थी
can
ना
eliminate
उस
some
तरीके
of
से
the
ये
best
लोग गेम
players in
खेल
the
रहे हैं.
world, right? But
Kills
getting to
निकाल
those
रहे हैं,
end
kills
games, getting
निकाल
those
रहे हैं.
placement points on
सारे
top
kills
of
के
those
लिए गेम खेल
eliminations,
रहे हैं.
that can be difficult because of the 2 recent global tournaments they played in, at the 18 games, they had 46 eliminations, only 12 placement points, which is insane for them. So they're already looking to beat that here, which is great. It's a good sign for them, and they got a good position in this next circle as it hard shifts on over to them. Very, very lucky. Let's see if they can capitalize on it.
I'll tell you who else has a pretty good position here is the Vitality duo, right? Up towards the north side, they've got Tianba as well as Nongshim Red Force up to their north, so nice little buffer. The difficulty, of course, for Vitality is they're playing as 2, so they do need to figure out how they're going to try
अभी जिस तरीके से
and work this
Vitality
ground.
खेल रही थी वो भाई साहब
TT Project as well on
शुरू
that east
में
side
4
of them.
kill 6 kill
Look at a push on through.
8 kill पूरा
1 GS going down as they did actually manage to get some of their players out of that engagement, as did Etch, but neither is going to be happy about it. S2G still camping the east bridge.
Yeah, and on the western bridge, it looks like we're gonna have Godlike coming in a little bit late. There is still quite a few spots in this circle, so it is gonna work for them. And yeah, let's take a look here at this bridge camp. You got S2G there, gatekeeping for the time being. And they're gonna hold that bridge, I think, all the way to the end here. Solke, oh, he spots him. They have no idea he's there. When is he gonna take that shot, though? He's gonna wait till the last second.
Yeah, I mean, you're waiting to have multiple angles on the shot, right? Especially when you're so close to hard cover. You know you can attack 1 or 2, you lose that element of surprise, but Lost will not lose.
Whoa!
Face looks for more as well.
अरे इसको क्यों खोला?
There, and is going to find some bullets sent back his way. And Hamzy has to step up to keep his teammates safe, but now S2G are down to 1. All of a sudden, the Hustler crew seem to have found an opening. No real third parties on this one, and Hamzy, I think he just has to get gone here.
Yeah, his whole team's going to be taken out. I mean, this is stage 4. The blue zone's hurting. Loco is looking crazy as he's on the move here. They should definitely get these confirmations before they push, because it's going to be difficult to get across that zone. Instead, they just said, hey, you know what? Let it ride. We are sending it down this bridge. But for how long? Are they going to make it across? MCG is up there up top. When is he going to take these shots? Let's see.
I don't think he's going to have the angle to do it.
Really?
Right here. They're going to straight into the angle. Unload the clip, finds Loco, pulls him out. The driver's seat's not quite enough. Galacticos sent Hustler crew for 6.
And
yeah, Indian team godlike.
Here, so 16th place, tough start for them. Still Miramar left to go. We'll see if they can bounce back. But this is one heck of a game here. As this zone down in military base on the northeast side near the bridge.
Aura, bro.
Finish. There are quite a few little dips and valleys that teams can hide under and make some plays in. So we still have 11 teams remaining here. Everybody just waiting for that next circle to pop and deciding just where that fight's going to take them.
During the middle of all that, Vitality getting eliminated, allowing TT Project to take a central position here, puts TT Project in the driving seat of these hills in terms of stopping control. There are high grounds around them that technically
they are
a linchpin of it. Going to force everyone to fight around the sides. And
godlike
will be next on the TT Project, though, steal a point away. Darkin does get flushed out, and now it's Alpha 7 still looking to try and handle it. Revo, will he connect? No, they're not quite finding it, and that's damage being done. Dishing out death, and Godlike send them down.
Woo!
Standing with no force against Godlike.
Ole is Obscure is now on the other angle here, trying to make some plays all by himself, but he's running out in the open. Nice little spray back in return.
Oh, what's up?
Heal up, wait for his teammate.
Oh!
Take it out. Alpha Alpha 7.
God, game Guerrero! Wow!
Alpha 7
I
didn't
like
know
that.
what hit him. And now from the west side, Godlike are going to look to push across. TT Project wanted the third party, but not enough blood was drawn against Godlike for them to find a worthwhile pursuit in going for a consistent, a sustained third party hold here. They're now regrouping out to the west, and they know where the major danger's coming from now. It's on the west side. It's Godlike.
Yeah, Godlike fans right behind us going crazy on that fight. They like to see that. Alpha 7 fans not too happy on that one, but they're still sitting in fourth place for now. We'll see what they
Alpha 7 को लेके भाई hello.
Well, you know what? Well, you'll probably hear them in a little bit, that's for sure, as we get into the desert coming up. But we got this match to look at. We got Tianba in the mix, and Tianba, man, in 12th place so far, haven't had that crazy pop-off game, but in my opinion, it is only a matter of time. QZZ is an absolute animal. In my opinion, one of the best players on the planet. He's a 20-year-old Chinese superstar. When is he going to pop off? In my opinion, only a matter of time.
I mean, I'm still waiting for it, though. I'm still waiting for it.
Let's see it. Let's see it.
You know, you got some real big boots to fill when it comes to Chinese superstars, right? Paraboy obviously is the forefront, the paramount of the Chinese superstar
We got to see him. We got to see him recently in PMMI.
Yeah, that's true.
That was fun.
Yeah. I mean, fallen off. I didn't say it. I didn't say it, but he's not here.
You know, we got to see him in a little bit of a show match for those
Oh
guys.
my God!
And it was good to be able to see kind of like the old Nova squad compete once again. Now, they did end up having to go against the likes of like Revo and Aurora, and that was pretty dang tough considering that these guys are the modern monsters of these days. But still, it's good to see the OGs of old still going at it here. But you know what? Speaking of OGs, we got Young on Galacticos, our previous champs, right? When are they going to get that chicken dinner? They're in 9th place so far, 2 eliminations in this game. They have the bottom right of the circle all to themselves so far. Let's see where this next zone goes. If it does go and head on over to them, they could be in a good position to win this one.
Big opportunity. I mean, it is TT Project really who can decide a lot of the pace depending on where they put pressure in this circle. They are playing now with great positioning, a great position rather in this zone. They have flexibility to try and third party basically any engagement that comes through, which makes it so dangerous for all of these teams to fight. For Yangon Galacticos, I feel like stay put for a little bit longer. Allow E-Arena and Godlike to clash. Allow Nongshim Red Force and Tianba to clash.
Godlike के साथ kills है भाई.
Opposing force on that third party.
That's a great plan. Honestly, wait for that.
देखो game कैसे कर रहे Godlike वाले.
Get in the mix.
Whoa.
They're battling it out with Godlike. Albino driving right into the mix of this. And
Whoa.
Here from side to side as Effect shimmying back and forth.
Whoa.
Esports running over TT Project.
Like that, but unfortunately,
E-Arena
too much into taking down TT Project in the center, and E-Arena pounds Yangon Galacticos. This is what I wanted from them, to move in to try and third party. But now teams are going to diverge. Godlike not going down fully there, I think is a big achievement. Playing on with 2, they could still extract value.
This is what I like to see, though. If you're going to make a crazy push like that, you got to do it full send, full attack, and do not waste time. They were able to take out TT Project pretty quick. That's why we still see at least 2 players up from them. And they got a good amount of eliminations in this game with 10. My goodness! Godlike is on a run right now.
2v2 now between E-Arena and Godlike. Yangon Galacticos now moving Smile. Nongshim Red Force are taking shots from across the way, from across that road on the northeast side. Tianba just hunkered down. They're happy to be out of it at the moment because it looks pretty chaotic on that south edge.
This is getting wild right now. And you can see, Young Galacticos are starting to push into this circle. The fight has calmed down, though, so they don't have that easy opportunity to go for a third party. But hey, little by little, just try to get some more information. And you can see St. Cloud, he's got his eyes on Mormon right there. Got that nade in hand. That's going to be a long toss here, but he's going to, once you saw him in that buggy, he's like, I think I need to save this nade for now.
I mean, Mormon, with the timing on the reverse there, looking pretty good. He saw the player duck back behind the headland. Knew that a nade was probably being pulled, then was the time to go. Rotating around, opening a lot of angles over towards the northeast. Potential for Nongshim Red Force to crack a couple shots, break a tire, could be bad, but safe for now. Godlike could be going do-si-do with Mormon. Spinning around. And Manya has a little bit of trouble. Joker spots him, and it's a flush, leaving just one player now for Godlike. But they've got deep into this game, Duke. 6 teams remaining. They've got 11 eliminations. This is a big, big match. They're up in 7th already.
Huge match for the side of Godlike. That's going to put them in a great spot to try to reach that top 5. That Joker getting taken out as Young on Galacticos are now like, hey, you know what? It's time for us to get some eliminations. They are controlling that south side. They're still outside the circle, though. They need to find their spot on the way in. Let's see if they can get there.
And now Nongshim Red Force are starting to move around. Yango Galacticos have fully committed to this angle. And if they can get rid of the stragglers, maybe it's going to work out for them here. But Nongshim Red Force, in the meantime, have established a chokehold on the rest of the circle.
Yeah, Smile forced to jump out of his vehicle. That's Mormon gone. That is now the top point sponges in this lobby are out. This is a huge opportunity for teams in that mid pack to try and catch up to him. You still got Tianba there, right? We've been waiting for them to pop off all the way in 13th place. They have their whole squad up. Let's see what they could do. But like you mentioned, look at that. Our previous game winners, Nongshim Red Force, they are spread out, controlling this circle.
I love it. I mean, XZY up on that high ground position, out across the way, controls the low ground between them. Unfortunately, he's going to have to move here, as is TZ on that off angle. And then forward, Yangon Galacticos finally take down the last player for Godlike, but they should be so proud of what they've done this game. They are being brutally efficient on those fights. They're on 19 eliminations.
Wow.
Dukes, that's all but 4 of their points right now.
Monster game for them, and a huge bounce back. Let's see what Yangon Galacticos can do, though, because now with taking out that player, they can have some real estate to control. We still got a few big teams here. We got 3 full 4-man squads and a solo on the side of AlUla in this match. And let's just see where this is going to go. One last circle shift to go, and then we're going to find out where this end game is going to happen.
फिर सर्वाइवर सीरीज होंगे उससे भी टीमें जाएंगे पूरा तकरीबन 16 टीमें होंगे तो 2 दिन के मैचेस होंगे उस पे डिसाइड होगा विनर कौन और हमारी जो 40 टीम है टॉप 1 है वो डायरेक्ट फाइनल पे जा रही है वो क्वालीफाई होंगे फाइनल्स के लिए
mobile players in the world, one of Maxman's favorites, that's for sure.
ओरा फिनिश हो गया ओरा का फाइट तो शुरू में फिनिश हो गई
P90.
Why not? Yeah, we start here.
He's going to need it, though, because there are some monsters in this lobby still here. You got our previous champs, Young Galacticos. You got Tianba, who, by all means, should have won PMMI, but it was Nongshim Red Force at the last second to smash and take that tournament away from them. So let's see who's just going to win this one. Rita. Oh, yeah, and there's Rita all by himself in the shack saying, please, guys, leave me alone.
All by myself. Don't want to be Rita all by himself. It's pretty nasty. Especially on you. You're right. I mean, you're right. Hyunbin, one of the most successful breakout performers. One of the most brilliant rookie performances we saw from him. He's looking to try and that resume, that CV to become that veteran standard player, and he's well on his way. Moving towards Rita, he's got a nade to bobble out. Looks good, but only takes half the HP. In the meantime, Tianba getting descended upon by Yangon Galacticos off in the distance. XZY will look to try and challenge and doesn't quite get the full gut shot there as Rita chipped away, and they will find him down. It's the P90 to do it, of course.
Man, that's the gun, I'm telling you. That's the weapon you want here in the end game. Some nades, though, as that is going to be the big bell to ring to get this fight started. Smile getting knocked down. It's going to be brutal. Tianba going to probably get Smile, right? It's important to try and take him out.
This is so well orchestrated by Nongshim Red Force throughout all of this. They have taken so much ground. They've stopped movements. Tianba being reserved in their compound. Now looking to try and break out. Yangon Galacticos, they are now trapped in the middle of Nongshim Red Force, out of the blue zone. They are going to get pushed by it, and I don't think it's going to go well for them, Jukes.
I think it's a back-to-back chicken dinner from Nongshim Red Force. They have so much control, and these two teams are fighting each other, like you mentioned, outside of the circle. Yep, here it goes. So easy. And it's feeling like that for them because the blue zone's on their side. It's how many eliminations can Nongshim Red Force get?
Yeah,
Whoa, full.
to stay alive, but they're 2 players now. Tiamba do still have a chance here, but Eagle is going to step straight to the firing line of the backstop Nongshim Red Force position. Say Cloud try to stay alive, but TZ's just making it so hard, and they are really going to find it difficult to get out of this divot. Hovercraft as well, fade away with the nade, finds another knock. Now Yangon Galacticos only playing as one. Say Cloud spotted out, but has to back off the volley of fire. Gonna leave the hovercraft on about a quarter of its HP and is draining quite quickly, but now he's got a huge amount of ridgeline cover as Romeo gets flushed away.
Man, that just it's like such a crucial. Oh, those nades are disgusting. Dizzy putting that cover right where it needed to be and having this hovercraft right towards the end is even better for the side of Nongshim. Is the final circle here, folks. This zone's gonna go down to nothing. Nongshim Red Force have the dead center spot, and Hyunbin gets a Molotov onto the side of Tianba. These guys are completely trapped.
Yeah, Yangon Galacticos finally going down. Tiamba starting to bleed on the low ground too. They are having a real tough time of it. And this high ground angle, TZ has been so operative, so commanding in these off angles over the course of these last circles, and is looking to open another can of whoop-ass.
Woo, and that's exactly what's happening. You got another can of Hyunbin south with that P90. It's a chicken dinner on the side of Nongshim Red Force.
That is how you do it. Masterfully orchestrated in those final circles for Nongshim Red Force. As soon as Yangon Galacticos stepped out of that middle position, they were like, guess this game's ours now. We'll have that one. Thank you very much.
Oh, man, I remember I was talking backstage with one of the fans out there that was just looking at PUBG Mobile for the first time, and I was like, hey, you see that team right there on the bottom with 6 points, Nongshim Red Force? That's one of the best teams in this lobby. And they were like, what? Why do they only have 6 points? I was like, you just wait and see, right? And I think if you're listening to this, you have seen now, because Nongshim Red Force, 2 chicken dinners back-to-back. These guys have rocket launched themselves all the way up.
Military Island, man, what can you say? It's going well for them. That rotate in to get there nice and early on the north coast, that saw them so nice, and it's a lot to do with how Vitality felt in that early game as well.
Yeah.
Getting stuck into a fight instead of maybe even allowing other teams in the area to hold that bridge for them so that they could establish more of that ground, maybe go deeper into the game. Not that it was a bad match in terms of point scoring for Vitality, but still, maybe a lost opportunity.
I think I would be way more critical on Vitality if they just have such an insane amount of points, right? But considering that they are like all the way at the top of the leaderboards, I'll give them a little bit of slack, right? I mean, you're allowed to flex a little bit, right? You can almost secure the top 5 in just a few matches. And yeah, 7, still great game, but you're right. I mean, if they would have made a couple adjustments, considering that it was military, it could have been 20 points for all we know.
I feel like when you're at the top of the tables and you're doing so well, I want to be more critical of you in a lot of ways, right? I want to hold you to a higher standard, because that's the bar you set for yourself. And if you're not up to it, what are you doing earning all those points in the first place, you know? Come on, give them back.
You know what? That's a great point, though, because if this was the finals, it would be a different story.
That's true.
Right? Because that one little mistake could be the difference between becoming our champions and 2nd place or even 3rd place, right? Especially the fact that we've seen the smash rule come into effect so critically, you know? So, yeah, you know what? You're right. I mean, I think that you definitely got to take every opportunity you can. No matter how high you're up on the leaderboards, just be relentless no matter what.
Yeah, you got to keep that train going. You got to keep that momentum. It is the most important thing, especially when you're talking about shorter game sets, right? Where you're playing 12 matches in your group. The single match is so much more important. When you start to expand, as we will over in the finals to, well, technically at least 14 matches with the Smash rule, it is going to get a little bit harder to stay towards the top. But Vitality will hold that accolade. Let's send it down to the stage with Kalaris.
Yeah, first of all, I'm supporting PUBG Mobile
Get a word from
Esports.
AG.AL after looking fantastic throughout the day so far. Not chicken dinner just yet, but a 3rd, second already here. Very much on the way to being able to qualify. So first question, based on this, PMGO and PMMI, it didn't look as great for you guys, but here so far today, it looks amazing. What has the preparation been like coming to PMWC?
Jadi tentunya buat turnamen PMGO atau PMMI itu bukan turnamen yang kurang baik untuk tim Vitality. Tetapi apa sih persiapan kalian dan perbedaannya dari turnamen yang terakhir dengan turnamen kalian di saat ini?
Yang pertama, yang pasti dari PMGO dan PMMI kita kayak belajar banyak banget
kayak banyak hal-hal yang baru kita dapetin bareng.
Oh yeah!
Kita datang ke PMWC.
यार देखो इंटरेस्टिंग है ये जो ग्रुप है ना इंटरेस्टिंग है यहाँ पे ताबड़तोड़ गेम प्ले चल रहा है हटो बचो वाला सीन है यहाँ पे समझ रहे हो हटो बचो वाला सीन है तो सारों को ऊपर आना है
What we are learning, but we are like bringing it here in PMWC. So far, we're doing good, and just hopefully that we
Yup,
can
so interesting.
continue this
Yup.
until the finals.
और दूसरी बात
From what we've seen so far, Axel
यानी
is
टीम
obviously
नीचे से भी ऊपर आ रहे हैं
also putting up a lot
इसलिए
of
इंटरेस्टिंग
eliminations
है
to try and challenge for that MVP spot. Is
Oh
that
my
something
yes,
he's kind of
yes.
looking at, and does he think he can keep that up?
Oke. Dan tentunya kamu hari ini memberikan performa yang bagus banget, bisa dibilang MVP level performance gitu. Apakah
Yeah.
yang kamu tuju atau kayak
Ya.
Kebetulan nggak ada sih
Ya.
karena dari dulu aku kayak
Ya.
selalu ngalah buat ngasih temenku main
Ya.
hari ini lagi lagi waktu cuma nggak ada ke arah sana sama sekali.
Oh my yes.
So, usually it's not like this. Usually I've tried my best to make my team perform more, make my players more comfortable in their roles, but I don't know. Probably today is just like a beautiful day for me, and yeah, we can see.
Yeah.
Very much, Axel, you're looking awesome so
Yeah.
far here.
Yeah.
Down on the stage.
Yeah. Oh भाई साहब यार इंटरेस्टिंग माय फ्रेंड इंटरेस्टिंग मैचेस वेरी इंटरेस्टिंग अभी कितने मैच हुए 1 2 3 अब चौथा मैच है अब मजा आएगा अब सारे हटो बचो वाला सीन करेंगे कि भाई हम टॉप पे रहे समझ रहे हो मेरी बात ये चीज लड़कों ये चीज नहीं पांचवा मैच नहीं है एरेंगल के कितने मैच हुए चौथा मैच है अभी अब चौथा होगा पांचवा तो वो होगा ना मेराबार होगा छठा भी मेराबार होगा यानी अभी चौथा एरेंगल है उसके बाद अभी एक और एरेंगल होगा उसके बाद 2 मैच और रहते हैं जो मेराबार और मेराबार समझ रहे हो Yes. 3 Erangel, 1 Rondu, 2 Meravar. Yes. Oh my yes. यार ये बड़ी अच्छी टीम है हाँ अच्छी टीम है अब आएगा ना एक मिनट वेट करो अभी आएगा वो क्या बोलते हैं इसको स्कोर बोर्ड आएगा अभी दे प्लेइंग वेट करो Your voice, it's very slow. My voice very slow. What can I do? What can I do? Kala phadu? Any update? 14 भाई टॉप पे रहेगी टॉप पर ही रहेगी 16 तारीख को मैचेस है Oh, आ गई.
With the back to back.
I love it. Can I just say that? Look,
Oh my yes!
My one-word answers. Nice. No, Hyunbin, Nongshim Red Force, I really like what they did there on all of it.
यार इसके साथ मुझे 1v1 रूम खेलना है यार इसकी आईडी लेके आओ यार.
You'll agree with me. Is that for me when Yangon and Tiamba were finally
ये देखो
rather than spreading up and around which they did do eventually
Darwish
but rather than waiting for that fight to finish they took advantage of that fight
Darwish कह रहा है
into zone a little bit
no need top 1
getting that high ground
top 1 need 14
You know what? I'm going to steal your thunder right now.
Do it.
Nice! Oh, yes. What a nice one coming out from Long-Term Red Force.
14 point godlike के 18 point जो अभी टीम है Red Force.
South Korea. I'm getting those G+ vibes right now. I'm getting notable 2 points.
Aura के 0 points, no problem. Wolfie, Alpha.
To the second slot here. Godlike. Interesting to see, right, 7. No hot drop, how it can do for you in these games.
Exactly. Don't worry. We'll get a chance to talk about Godlike a little bit more. Tiamba. How about Tiamba? Tiamba with that great performance as well, putting up those numbers. Tiamba really hasn't been putting up much. And also another team that I wanted to touch base on, Lace, is none other than Yangon Galacticos now having back-to-back good performances.
Yeah, I mean, top 5 in the last 2 games, but not too much to show for it. Then coming into this match, and as the PMWC Championships, they have finally picked up the phone to their goddamn wake-up call, because I could not understand why this team had to take this long to get to this point. Now, we're obviously in this final zone. They didn't have the cover to sort of protect themselves from it. They had to just bide their time to make sure that they can get those placement points. But I mean, it moves them from 15 to 6.
Yeah, it does end up moving them from 15 to 6 because of the sponge points. Something that we ended up seeing there is in the top 5, there was none of the top 3 teams, so allow other teams. And you were talking about Godlike. Guess what, Godlike? This is what happens when you don't hot drop. This is exactly what I've been talking about. And we can look at the stats here as S-Power was able to get those 4 eliminations.
Oh, finally, just give it up. It's just
S-Power.
They're really happy behind us, though. They're not hot dropping. They're really hype about it. But no, going to see when you don't hot drop, look at that. 4 eliminations, 3, 2, 2. Especially.
इनमें से आरू कौन है?
Yes. He got the entire team reset. This team is.
आरू भाई का आरू भाई.
I just want to talk about Mania's decision to make the largest rotate over to the eastern, well, not from the eastern side, the western side's bridge. They were able to scout. There were 3 teams on that east bridge. They made their way around to the western side. They obviously moved their rotation into there. They were able to obviously protect their 4 eliminations early on, but my God, they actually then took notice of IDA's split hold, took them down, and quickly advanced and moved their rotation in, and then Alpha 7 came out of nowhere. Oh, we got a third party.
Please tell me about our OG or godlike team. You might be.
And look, usually, you know, we're gonna say, you know.
यार देखो मुझे जरूरत नहीं है. मेरी मर्जी में किसी को भी सपोर्ट करूं, लेकिन यार godlike अच्छी टीम है. OG को मैं नहीं जानता. godlike जो जनरेटर की टीम है, अच्छी टीम है, लेकिन उसमें जनरेटर नहीं खेल रहा है. That's it. ठीक है, लेकिन अच्छा खेल रहे हैं. पहला 2 मैचों में मेरे ख्याल से उन लोगों ने हगा है. 3 मैचों में हगा है. चौथे मैच में अच्छा परफॉर्म कर गए. एंड आगे और देखते क्या होता है. लेकिन मैं सपोर्ट कर रहा हूँ. मैं एज अ पर्सनल होरा को सपोर्ट कर रहा हूँ, क्योंकि एक रिस्पेक्ट है. उस टीम की रिस्पेक्ट है हमारी टीम के साथ. वो कभी डिसरिस्पेक्ट नहीं करते.
Yeah, this is what we're talking about. Unnecessary aggressiveness from Godlike. You don't need to see it. Just wait for the right time. You know, we know you have the fragging power. Snacks is currently watching. He's like, yeah, you know what? We're absolutely right. But you know what else we were watching? Wolves.
Whoa, yes, यार. Oh my yes, क्या सीन था यार. Wolfie यार, seriously.
Come on. The pan is the deadliest bullet. It hit me. You got me.
Why is this a boomerang?
Okay, if only we could have a real pan.
So actually, you know what? Sorry, I got.
I hope so. मैं चाहता हूँ बड़े ये टीम्स आ जाए फाइनल्स में. इंडिया की ओरा वो आ जाए फाइनल्स में. मजा आएगा और इंटरेस्टिंग टूर्नामेंट होगा. समझ रहे हो? It is esports. We support esports. PUBG Mobile esports.
That's not all, because apparently
इस पे पॉलिटिक्स नहीं चाहिए. जो वो यूट्यूबर कर रहे हैं, हमारे पाकिस्तानी यूट्यूबर क्या कर रहे हैं वो उनकी मर्जी है.
teams
मैं
going into these games like they did on God, like earlier.
कभी भी कोई भी प्लेयर को डिसरिस्पेक्ट नहीं करूंगा क्यों I love them gameplay they playing PUBG Mobile
Well, let's take a look at this head-to-head between Vitality and E-Arena because those two teams have just been sponging up so many points.
so always respect each other.
Absolutely insane.
Oh,
They're truly sitting at the top.
अच्छा God
I
like.
heard Hot Dukes before saying like, oh, you know,
Sabar.
it's not the best game for
Sabar,
whatever,
एक मिनट.
you know, blah blah.
ये स्कोर बोर्ड आ गया सामने. Aurora is still in third place.
This team is having so
सारे अपनी जगह में लेकिन एक टीम ऊपर आ गई.
you know, a cost of their
अपना
bad zone pull. The duo and the
नहीं
firepower of Razy and
अल्फा ऊपर आ गई God like ऊपर आ गई. वाओ मैं चाहता हूँ ऊपर आए मैं चाहता हूँ ऊपर आ जाए क्योंकि आगे जो फाइनल्स होंगे उसमें मजा आएगा इंटरेस्टिंग होगा देखने में बड़ी बड़ी टीमें बड़ा फाइट एंड यू नो इट्स damn good.
Neptura, with them being at the bottom, I mean, they're just going to continue on sabotaging their own style.
I really hope they don't do that. They need to actually try and find some points more organically.
यार अगर आप OG या God like मैं God like को प्रेफर करता हूँ क्योंकि मैंने उनके मैचेस भी पहले देखा है जो जनरेटन खेलता था तब उस टाइम OG जो टीम है मैं नहीं जानता मेरी नजर में God like it's better than OG with respect.
Let's go to stage. Anytime now.
Right now, in fact, yes, of course, despite, of course, we had that amazing win at the very beginning of the day. It's Vitality in #1 here, Blank, after insane consistency throughout the day.
Yeah, it's been an incredible day for Vitality so far, and honestly, I think the Indonesian crowd can't be happier for this team so far. They're going to be very, very proud. Even in that last match, yes, they come 13th. However, of the 8 eliminations they got, they took out everyone else and then went out by another team. So these guys are on a great time. Consistency's through the roof, like you say. It's also awesome because it feels like a spiritual successor right now. You've got Razak and Razy. It's like Zuxi and Luxi of the past. You've got Pixels doing incredible work on his own. Kind of like the Ryzen of the past as well. It's like we're bringing it all back here, and this is the future of Indonesia.
I saw on socials one of the twins was milling around in Paris as well.
Luxi is here. Yeah, Luxi is here. I saw him the other day. He's a good lad, yeah.
Yep.
He's a lot more mature than he used to be as well.
Indian team Group B में भी है.
No, definitely. I think that also Vitality not only is able to bring the gun.
यार just support PUBG Mobile. That's it.
Situation in Erenkel and having to sort of weave your way behind the strong Alpha 7 position in a lot of that. They understand where they need to go and when they need to go because sometimes they might be in positions too early. But Vitality was there when they needed to be, even though the circle eventually goes against them.
Well, I don't know if you agree with me, but I think maturity is a great way to describe them at the moment. The way that they are just regrouping on one another during these games is fantastic. It's really, really good stuff. I've been very much enjoying it.
All right, well, thank you very much, Blanket. It's time to head on over to the commentators once again here for another game at PMWC.
Absolutely, we are ready to get stuck in. Thank you very much for the Blank Jutsu breakdown there. It was a real treat to hear about the maturity, the development, the further because it is getting a little bit dicey for a couple. But back-to-back chicken dinner is going to be pretty soothing for the nerves on Nongshim Red Force. Vitality going to be feeling pretty chill. You know what I'm slightly worried about though?
What's that?
Is E-Arena.
Okay,
where they been at?
Let's go! On the best!
I mean,
all the
some
teams!
decent points, right? But considering that they had 9 in one game, they set that pace like we would not possibly believe. But you know what? That's it for Rondo. That's it for AG.AL. It's time to get into the desert of Miramar. We heard it there at the desk earlier. We could possibly see some hot drop action here. That is going to make things mighty interesting. As we look at the leaderboards, Vitality on top, 59 points. 6th place cutoff right now,
Thank you, bro. Thank you.
with 22. That is a 37-point difference. 37 points from first
चार
and
मैच
sixth.
हो गए थे.
That's almost as many points as Nongshim Red Force have here.
I think I would definitely say that would be big
a big difference.
Godlike 8 place पे है अभी उनके पास टाइम है
apparently I like to say
Like we say back home, a biggin.
we say that too.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's a real biggin.
You know what? It's international.
Yes, it's pan-Atlantic. That's what we're doing.
Unit of measure. Yes, it is.
Let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go.
It's all the way down on the south side. That's not going to be too comfortable for a lot of these squads here. We'll see where the
Let's go, Godlike! Let's go, Aurora! Oh my God!
I'd be surprised if we see it go all the way over to the
Let's go. We're going for a prison circle. That's what we're going to see. 3, 2, 1. Oh. That's... You know, I might just leave now. I don't want to sit around. It's not a crazy circle.
El Pozo, the tried and true. You know what, though? I think it's about time we get a little bit of a break here. I'm looking at the drops. Actually, we're going to see over there in Valle del Mar a little action there on the south side. Looks like ETSH might be in a little bit of hot drop situation, and all the players going up north hunting down some vehicles. We could see some shots out of some cars.
Yeah, Edge and Yang on Galactic.
Whoa. Jadab get
Young. A little bit on a hot drop there, but they have taken either end of the settlement and not really committing for the vehicle drops either. They do have one vehicle on the back line, so you could just grab a vehicle and send away, but looks like they want to stick around and maybe try and vie for the spot instead. Godlike alone in Los Leones, and we are going to be seeing that western side start to pack
Let's
in.
Let's go, my friend, let's go!
And try and make themselves look as good as possible. If you want to look as good as possible, you need to be heading over to that Naruto event. Grab those fresh-looking skins. Look at the firepower on that skin.
Woo, that Nine Tails Fury right there. And it is insane. Those guys that have played the event, man, let us know in the chat if you're able to take down the Nine Tails. Around. I mean, one of the most difficult bosses I have fought in the game, that's for sure.
Yeah, you need to be hitting those weak points and making sure you're breaking through that armor resistance. And then making the most of the time where it's down on the ground. Either way, that sort of scale of monster isn't going to be played in esports. The only thing that comes close is maybe E-Arena's first game on Rondo. That kind of felt like a similar sort of kaiju level threat in this game, but so far that hasn't been repeated, and we're going to be a little bit more sensible.
They definitely, channeled his chakra, that's for sure, in the first match. But, just like in Naruto, it fades away. You know what I'm saying? So...
Does it fade away?
I think it lingered a little bit because they still have points here, but Vitality, somehow we're able to pass them up, which is just crazy to me. But the one difference that we have from Group A versus Group B is there are some serious points bunches here, right? It was pretty close for the most part when it came to Group A, where we felt like any team could make it in the top 5. The thing is, though, with these next 2 matches to go, if we continue to see, Nongshim, Aura, EA, Vitality, even if Alpha 7 get a win here, it's going to be pretty difficult for these teams to try to make it straight to the finals.
Yeah, absolutely. But I mean, to be fair, 5th place being 25 points, like that's one kind of good game, right? From a team all the way down towards the, well, I say kind of very good game.
यार अभी से अपना position लड़के पकड़े.
That is a very reasonable thing for a team to be able to achieve. So literally anyone at this point could just jump straight into the top 5 if they've got that firepower behind them. They get a position.
And by top 5, you mean just 5th place.
Oh, right, yeah. 5th place is top 5. I checked.
That is true. I mean, that's what's so crazy, though, considering that, I mean, 38 to 25 from 4th and 5th is wild. So, yeah, I mean, we still have that 5th place spot that's looking good. But, if you continue to give breathing room to those top 4, then that only leaves 1 slot available tomorrow, and you do not want that. And there's some serious names below that top 5.
Sky, hurrah!
Right there at 6th, our PMGC.
Oh my yes, hurrah!
Right now in 5th, and Tianba, a monster squad right below them. So man, it's going to be pretty wild to see how things ring out here. You can see the coach corner. As we take a look at these guys, every single time we see the coaches, I want to see them smiling, getting hyped. You know what I'm saying? Like, but it's just serious business from these coaches.
Hey, look, they got to be digesting all of that information as fast
as possible.
Time out
दे दूंगा मैं कह रहा हूँ ना. Godlike वो बता रहा है, Godlike खत्म हुई कहानी.
I think they'll be focused in now much more than maybe in about 5 minutes. Then they'll come back into it a little bit later in the game. But these early game negotiations with the lobby, are going to be pretty important. So I think, you know, fair enough that they're locked in. It's almost like they're trying to take this seriously, Jude.
You know,
which, you know,
now that I think about
kind of
it,
cringe, actually.
Kind of wild. I mean, now that I think about it, like in pretty much in every sport, anytime you look at a coach, you don't look too happy, right? No matter what's going on here.
Hey, if you're pleased with your team,
yeah, it's right. That's right. Very well.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Could have won by more points. And look at this. UZZ. He's on a horse.
Yeah.
Giddy up. And he's out.
Some real high shots on that guy, you know.
घोड़े को छोड़ दिया, घोड़े को छोड़ दिया.
Back legs there. We'll need to consult Neptura to see if that's a reasonable amount of height for a horse to jump, you know.
She is our equestrian expert on the panel.
Very much so.
Take a look at Alpha 7 though. Alpha 7 love El Pozo. This is their drop spot. They know this whole city like the back of their hand. So for them to be able to make it up here nice and safe and sound is going to be a great sign for our PMGC champions here. As far as teams that are not in this zone just yet, we got Nongshim Red Force, who just won 2 chicken dinners. They're all the way down south.
Alpha 7.
In Minas. You have Vitality in Los Leones, S2G, and Hustler Crew still trying to get into this circle.
Yeah, up on the north side. Hustler Crew and S2G gonna have to
यार मुझे तगड़ा fight चाहिए, तगड़ा fight चाहिए.
Potentially. Going through the Creative Fields area is going to be very, very difficult with where Honor sit, so I wouldn't be too surprised to see Hustler Crew try and swing wide out over the north, past La Cobreria, past the west side of Creative Fields and try and find a way in that way. Either that or get much closer to San Martin, but I just don't think that you can move freely on the north side of this circle by going straight past Creative Fields. I just don't think it's going to work out well, and I think that they may have read that.
Yeah, they're going to be trying to find themselves their best spot possible. But oh, looks like we do have a fight. And it's going to be
TT and Wolfie.
Battling it out with TT Project. Gonna go for a little 1v2 action here. Pulls a pin, fakes it, jump shots. Oh, he's gotta watch out for that 12K. Yeah, back it on up. Now getting hit by that. He's gonna have to find some cheeky angles here. Oh, God. Ends up catching it. But here come the rest of the Wolves. Are they gonna be able to save their teammate? Looks like they might have.
back up there, yaar.
And now in comes back to hold the angle, get the flush as well. Slonic is very... Do need to get it picked back up right now. If
TT versus...
Neos is still on the top.
1v!
Bleeding. He's bleeding out, and down he goes. And down goes Neos. He's dropping down for the fight, but it's not going to go well. Necessary does what is needed. And FPS steps forward to try and challenge it yet again, but he's the last to stand for TT Project. This is going to be the Wolves. TT Project take a tumble.
Oh man, and what a play.
Wolfie ले गया TT वालों को भाई.
NA representatives getting that fight done, and they are in elimination range. They are all the way at the bottom 3 here, so with that fight, it does push them up a little bit. Hopefully to try to at least make the survival stage and extend their tournament life just a little bit longer. But it looks like we may just have a true
high ground.
As now we're going to look at Vitality getting some shots downrange as well.
Getting stuck in as and needed. Ooh, 2 of them down though, and it's up to Federales and AG.AL to try and hold off against ETSH. Against Etch, that's a good start. Leveling the playing field now on the numbers. Fajita being as isolated from the rest of the players as he is going to make it a little bit easier to get these reses, but Razak may just be a bit of a goner here, Jukes. He is very far afield. AG.AL launching the nades. Federales has one looping over the top. Razy likely going to get picked up. That flush down. That's as it comes on in. Fajita actually not stopping off to go for the flush. Instead, wants to bolster the position for Etch.
Oh, Fajita is sizzling right now. He's going to have to make a by himself because these nades are really starting to hurt. On point. There's another air burst. And that get the a whole lot. And that is ETSH out of there. Vitality. And these guys are just getting eliminations like crazy in the early game.
Hitting those nades like 5 big booms for Vitality. Doing bits over on the south side, but they do need to get a move on. No one really too close enough to cause any worry for them in terms of third parties. because they are outside the circle. They're going to have to push up north, past Monte Nuevo, and try and find where they can slot on in. In the meantime, I'm taking a look at the rest of this lobby, and Hustler Crew did, in fact, go for that wide north rotate. S2G didn't. They sent in, and they're now south of Crater Fields, and have kept all 4 of their players alive, so I didn't expect them to be able to do something like that with Horror taking up that high ground, but seems like they made it work. E-Arena going to follow on that north side behind Hustler Crew and go past the Copperia. So potential for the northwest side.
यार मुझे ऐसे लग रहा है कोई तगड़ा ना तगड़ा हो
no fair that circle here. Alpha 7 dead
कोई तगड़ा फाइट होने लगा है मुझे ऐसे लगता है
they're down south.
मुझे फीलिंग सी हो रही है
start to fly in this Miramar match. So not because of the playing path, we didn't see any crazy hot drops. The zone does center on up, so that early rotation from Alpha 7 really paying off here. So take a look at the top.
Godlike Zoon se bahar hai.
Axel on top, and then
Godlike Zoon se bahar hai.
Arena following him.
I mean, yeah, it's still just got to be these 2 teams on these top player cards. It was kind of nutty with the amount that Arena were able to do in that first game, and the amount that since then Vitality have been able to rack on up. It's been pretty beautiful stuff. Godlike on the east side losing a player there as we hop over to the map. Vitality still making their way in from that south side.
Abbe Godlike ka ek player gaya.
Overlooked by Ida's position. Make it. Okay. I kind of like this approach. Jumps out with the parachute. Jumps on top. Okay, looking pretty stylish with the stunts there.
That's how you get it done. The question is how is he going to get down?
Yeah, I was just thinking that.
That's the problem. You got STG, and they said, you know what, we don't have to worry about getting down. We're getting into this building here. And now they're looking for some angles onto Alpha 7. So this fight starting to ring out, which is a little bit wild. I mean, they are in center of zone. It would pay off for these teams to kind of just hold their position and then wait to fight until the end. But with Guizhou kind of out of position here, it is going to make things a little bit spicy.
Yeah, with Dopeness sort of cutting through the middle of that position, it's going to make things hard. S2G are going to start to get angles on it too once they figure out how to park a car in their little garage there. That's what you're worried about. That's exactly what you're talking about. And Guizhou goes down. Alpha 7 allowed too many noisy neighbors. They didn't put in the complaints early enough, and now they can't do anything about it.
Yeah, they're not going to be able to do anything about it, like you mentioned. I'm looking at Revo here, trying to do something, though. He's looking at those 3 pieces, trying to get a little bit more intel. I won't be surprised if we don't even see a fight here happen at all. I mean, this is still dead central zone. I think right now it's just about getting information, just making sure no team just randomly pushes up into them. Now, the fights that could definitely ring on out are there on the south side. You got Vitality, Tianba, Wolves, mighty close to each other. But meanwhile, in El Pozo, we're going to see just a lot of teams just taking little pop shots, trying to knock down a little bit of armor.
I like what EDA are doing on the eastern side of this circle, right? They have that super duper high ground that you know overlooks those El Pozo fields. They're going to have a lot of angles to try and make that one work. And I like what Rita has done here. Move down. They know that they're not under threat from their east side anymore, which means that they can, well, almost certainly not under threat from their east side, not technically guaranteed, but certainly a little bit assuaged. But moving Rita out, I really like that. Gives them a foothold to move down because they're very likely going to have to leave this high ground.
Yeah.
So they can start to scout.
जो बंदा spam करेगा, block हो जाएगा. ठीक है?
Hopefully,
कोई
we're going
spam
to see
नहीं
the
करे.
Turkish team have a good game here.
Jahil.
The zone definitely goes to them. Oh, and it kind of does. I mean, it still has some of that play in for them. So this could be a huge opportunity for them to get some points. If that next circle definitely hard shifts onto the east side, they're going to get a crazy game because that open field is disgusting. Like if you
मुझे लग रहा है
those little
बहुत
areas,
खतरनाक फाइट होने लगा है, बहुत खतरनाक.
Vitality.
I feel that. I feel that.
This is a huge fight.
I mean, Tianba not really getting into it at all, actually. Sending straight across the open field. Okay, Vitality and Ida both actually vying for the warehouses on the south side of the field. Ida committing whoa. Out in the open, losing another player. And now, I mean, Ida crunching in Vitality. It might just be working out beautifully for them. It's going to send Vitality away. Deny them access to the eastern portions of this circle.
See on the west side. We're looking at E-Arena and Nongshim Red Force. Ooh,
yeah.
Web sketching XCY. Gonna be looking for some more players here. Hyunbin mighty close. He heard that pin get pulled, and he said, let me time to back it on up. This is a very difficult area to nade. You have to throw it literally in the perfect position if you want to get it on. And now Tizzy from across the way, putting a little bit of pressure. Gonna go ahead and get his teammate back up. And it definitely looks like this fight's gonna ring out all the way to its bitter end here, because this zone is not kind to either of these teams. And yeah, E-Arena is just trying to find some room to work with.
Trying to roll on up to the back lines, take that 2 versus 2 fight, and it's going 1 for 1.
Whoa.
And Nongshim Red Force serve a lesson straight on up to half of the arena, and the other half is nowhere to be seen. Big nade in as well across the way. That flush comes through. We're on stage 4 here, which means the zone is survivable, but you don't want to be staying in there too long. Another nade goes a little bit longer, and Hyunbin wants to load one more into the old arm cannon.
Buffer, nice!
Trying to make a play here, putting some shots on the Tizzy while he's in the blue zone. You are
secure
right, man.
Aurora
Crazy and Rondo. And
that would have been
boom!
Since then, things have been a little bit difficult for the Thai squad. Turning Case got that nade, though. This could be dangerous if he hits it.
Boom!
Doesn't quite get the mark. And now Nongshim Red Force are getting their whole squad together. This is not good on the side of E-Arena.
Yeah, they didn't manage to win that fight out on the east side. I mean, it was a little bit of a gamble, but probably a necessary one. Unfortunately, this time around, it did not go their way. And Nongshim Red Force are looking pretty stalwart in their hold. So easy. Moving across through those smokes, waits for the nade, darts past it, and they are just moving across. Vitality, in the meantime, though, have moved up, and this is going to make things tricky. Razy wants to unleash, but it's Tizzy who goes down to Federales, and the Arena are going to strike immediately. Snap on the points where they can, but no, not going to happen. All of them go to Vitality.
That's crazy. Somehow wasn't able to steal that elimination. Just looks like he may have just shot him down to half an HP and it ticked him on down. Unfortunate. Schweppes getting that knock, though. He's looking to get that confirmation. Oh, he's forced to run around the open. He's got no coverage. He's shimmying. He's moving back and forth. Jumping down.
Whoa!
Right there to catch him. But Young on Galacticos were ready for both these teams.
3 points earned for Nongshim, and that is going to put them up
nice.
at 4th, keep them nice and happy, to be fair. They're still quite far ahead of Alpha 7 in that 5th place position, but it's not quite another chicken dinner, which they're probably hoping for. Not going to happen this time around. All of that fight was exacerbated by the earlier engagement, the earlier descent we saw from Ida from that high ground, pushing Vitality further west. If that hadn't happened, I feel like Nongshim had a fair crack at that.
Yeah, you're right, and it's so crazy how just the tiniest little movement in the lobby can just destroy your squad. And honestly, destroy this whole lobby because
position के लिए खेल रहे हैं ना, तो position निकालना है.
8 more points. 67 total, and we are not done with match number 5.
Aura zone में.
If you could believe
There's another game.
There's a whole extra game.
Aura का एक बंदा बाहर है बस.
Whoa. Careful with that. Careful with that sort of numbers. But we are going to be heading into match number 6 after this as well. And yeah, it's pretty nasty to have a team like Vitality putting on this sort of a show. With the 8 eliminations they've got so far this match, Ida potentially vulnerable to losing Ritas. They chase on in. Meanwhile, over in El Pozo, though, there is a charge through the high street.
But
it might just be dead.
Get.
But maybe not. In the meantime, but they were cut down to 2 earlier on. There's already a lot of damage. More. Able to chew, though. That's 7-2-1, I believe. Just as they try and make a mad dash out.
Heavy.
QZZ putting up a little bit of a car wall here, and this is where they're going to stay for the rest of the match. It is a great spot. This little dip is dangerous, considering that it's kind of hard to get even near there. It is super weak from the hill right above it, but no team can really take that spot because there's vision in every single direction. And for the other side of that weakness, when it comes to the side of Aura, Tiamba did set up that vehicle wall, so we could definitely see those 2 players be very dangerous here towards the end.
Oh, I'm worried. I'm worried about Axel's position right now because Emre is up on the high ground still. Axel should be broadside to him.
Oh my.
But he's not taking the shots. Maybe he doesn't quite have the angle. I know, Emre didn't want to take the shot, certainly. But yeah, it's... He spotted a helmet there. He spotted a helmet there. What are we getting a replay of? Crazy. Oh, the links. And...
Boom! Oh,
talking about. Love to see some sniper action anytime in this game. And when it comes to Miramar, that's the chance we get to really see it. So we see the big guns getting whipped out here in the World Cup.
Hustler crew really struggling on the back lines here to try and push through. So that wide sweep over the north side, now coming back to bite them. They do manage to get the reses, but another knock sent straight their way very quickly. They have to cross the road, but where do you go? You've got Alpha 7, Yango Galacticos, Dopeness, all in your way. I don't hold any hope that they're going to be able to make this run, but maybe they'll be able to sneak one player, maybe even two through, but even then, that is a too tall of an order for them, and they fall down. Alpha 7 down to 2 players despite starting here. And really best of luck on this game with only the one elimination. The open
chance hai. Zoom mein aane ka. Zoom mein aa jao ladko. Been the most toxic, ridiculous zones in one day I've seen. His zone has just been brutal. Now we're going to see a Rebel get taken out by Smile. This is Yango Galacticos. These are 2 championship teams. Boom! Yango Galacticos are going to eliminate Alpha 7, and that's brutal for them considering that they were right below them on the leaderboard. So now Yangon moves into 5th place.
Yeah, they're taking that mantle now, and they are winning on that tiebreaker. They are in that 5th.
Hola, Slippy, nice!
Yamba getting rolled up on by of Aura, but it's not going well. QZZ holding his nerve, beautifully done, but I think, yeah, it's just going to be too much of a front to bear. And they will go out of it. Able to do a lot of damage, but it wasn't quite enough in the end. And Honor now looking to piece themselves fully.
Aura ki team safe hai, Aura ki team safe hai.
Vitality, 10 eliminations. They're the Southside Commanders.
And we see Razy get another huge shot with the 50 cal. So the snipes are coming out. Team Vitality is just dominating right now.
God like me aage, zoom mein.
Up to a 70-point total with another match still to play. Placements have only just started kicking in as well. Jukes, we're on 8 teams remaining. A lot of hangers on here, trying to keep themselves right to the edge of El Pozo, but this is about to go off like, as you like to say, the 4th of July.
Yeah, let's get this party started, baby, as we see the Wolves holding it on and trying to get themselves further away from that bottom 3. It's just these Elementrix and Necessary now, throwing those just a little bit out of range of Young Galacticos. And meanwhile, we got Dopeness up top here. Racy with another shot off the Smile. This guy's going crazy.
It's big boom after big boom. What can you say? And the nades coming on through now for this El Pozo scrap. Dopeness trying to charge out in the open, but they're getting cut through all the sidelines. In the meantime, Godlike, who have been a little bit quiet, they're now on the north side of things and probably in one of the better spots in terms of the El Pozo teams. Horror really can't step up to them. It's only going to be Vitality across the way that might be able to play spoiler to it, but it's still just getting hotter and more pressure is building inside these buildings.
Yeah, and this battle just keeps on ringing out here.
Oh my
God. Dopeness just holding the outside. S2G putting some shots onto Godlike as well. And S2G are just holding this warehouse. It's such a dominant position for them. Look at this.
Abhi Aura ko malum hai ke left pe bande.
Yeah, time to heal up.
Humbled a little bit there for Salmate. Has to stay alive. In the meantime, they are looking for those revives. Dopeness on their last legs here, wanting to try and make it work. 2 players alive. S2G looking to fight towards the outside now. Lost, burnt back, but in steps Hamzy to take up the mantle of that duel and will be able to win it out. The rest of them to go down. Soulcate does get knocked in the process. As Vitality take a player as well from that. Up to 14 eliminations for Vitality, by the way. Yangon Galacticos sailing down the cliffs, but I think they're under pressure. Vitality on 14 eliminations. Dukes, I said it before, I didn't even believe myself when I said it.
This is unreal. I mean, Razy has been just having his way with this lobby from across the map. While we're watching this fight, Razy is just going nuts. I mean, knock after knock after knock. I'd love to see his POV here because he is dominating right now. Meanwhile, I mean, this is, it's like...
There's
no way. Possible. They've got 5 limbs.
Aura versus Godlike. Aura versus Godlike. Aura versus Godlike.
Suffering. 2 of them now have fallen. It's all up to Salme on the off angle here, on that high ground. He's not in the next zone, but he's got a nade, and he's going to send it forwards, takes down his own teammate, denying the point. Vitality want to watch. Federalis wants to get closer.
Godlike एक बंदा रह गया.
That opportunity as S2G joined the jump.
Whoa!
So now we're seeing it from Vitality's perspective. They've got so much sightlines here, while these teams are just battling their way to find any sort of coverage. And you're Vitality are going to be soaking up tons of eliminations here. Raising is lonesome. And these hay bales are just paying dividends for this team.
Nobody's really able to challenge them.
Boom!
I mean, maybe Yangon Galacticos, if things start to conclude
nice.
towards Federalis on this angle here, maybe get in with a chance of doing it. But that's
my God!
It is not going to Vitality.
Let's go! Let's do!
On that 5th place
Let's do Sky!
For 5th place?
Let's do Sky!
Striking distance of that right now.
Boom!
That nade, oh, that one is much too close for comfort. I like the fact that Wolves are throwing down these smokes.
अच्छा Godlike एक player ऊपर रह गया. नीचे आ रहा है. उनको मालूम ही नहीं है.
That one looks
चलो भाई.
And Necessary is out.
Nice net. Sky, nice net. One more.
And hay bale, so that's a perfect spot.
Nice guy, nice.
To survive just a little bit longer.
Whoa! Young वालों को ले गए. Oh my God!
Down entirely. Vitality up to 17 eliminations now. Honor on 11 themselves on this game. And there is no way that they don't win.
Nice!
Surely. Oh,
nice!
It's going to make things
boom!
With the top bounces.
One more. One more net.
He does get a heal off, but the nade to follow it up.
Boom!
To follow it through as well. The fact that Wolves are still alive with both of their players right now is kind of crazy. And Horror now have to make that mad dash. I don't know how much more they've got left, but they get another burn on.
Well, here comes Team Vitality looking to take this chicken dinner, and it's Razy. He's got the angles. He's got the Molotov. Burn, baby, burn. He throws it. Oh, starts getting some shots on himself, though. Now hits the deck. But with this utility usage, Vitality are just dominating this line.
To play with as well. Sends that Molotov forwards, finds Sleepy with the explosion. Razy wants a little bit more. Just Sky now there, as well as Necessary out in the open field. Axel joining him for the 1-2.
Nice! Sky! It's Sky, nice!
Now with a chance against Axel.
One more, Sky! Sky, one more!
There's Razy flushed away.
Sky easy!
He's gonna stay at their doorstep as Sky steps forwards.
Nice shot! Yeah!
Necessary could do it.
Yeah! Good game, kill Aurora, yaar.
Gotta keep them alive.
Nice, Aurora, nice.
Oh, the angles though are just
good
from Razak, and it's Team Vitality getting
a
massive win.
Aurora ने अपना revenge भी लिया.
Vitality.
Yeah.
It's absolutely insane, right? Okay, sure, we saw something pretty crazy earlier on. Fine. But
Aura and chat. Sare type karo Aura. Everyone type Aura. Nice Sleepy.
I think has already, on match 5, qualified in the top 5.
Nice, sir. Everyone type Aura. Sare type karo Aura. Respect do. Sare type karo Aura. Sare. Respect do.
Just a victory lap when it comes to Team Vitality. And look at that reaction. I mean, no reaction. These guys are just too cool.
मजा आ गया. Wallah मजा आ गया.
Now you know when you're a giant strider amongst the pigeons, do you look at the birds? No, you got your eyes on the horizon. And you're stepping towards those finals. That is what Team Vitality are looking to do. That's so impressive. We talked about consistency from this roster from the start of the day all the way through and all the way to the end. They've got so much punch.
Oh man, what a game. You can see all these other players right now. I'm looking down at the stage and you can see them just kind of talking to each other, being like, what do we do for this next Miramar? Last game of the day, how do we do this? And I'm looking at Team Vitality and they're just like, hey, what kind of croissants are we gonna get here at this point, right? Because I mean, we're good.
hey, you can't be saying it like that. We're in Paris, you know. You gotta go full French. You gotta throw out
sorry, croissant.
Well, we are gonna head over and see if we get some better
मैंने
pronunciation.
बोला था ना तगड़ा फाइट होगा मैंने बोला था ना तगड़ा फाइट होगा हुआ ना यार ओरा ने अपना रिवेंज भी ले लिया बाय द वे अपना रिवेंज भी ले लिया ठीक है जिस तरीके से उन लोग ने खेला है द डिजर्व यार बहुत खतरनाक खेला उन लोग ने बहुत एंड माइंड ब्लोइंग गेम था यानी फाइट में फाइट इस ग्रुप में मजा आ रहा है फाइट में फाइट हो रहे हैं मजा आ रहा है इस ग्रुप में क्योंकि रहम वाला सीन ही नहीं है गेम में तो बाकी गॉड लाइन से भाई उन लोगों ने अपना रिवेंज ले लिया भाई साहब ऊपर से किल्स भी निकाले बैड लगता है यार लेकिन मजा आया ऑनेस्टली मजा आया ऑसम 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 यार गाइस ऑसम ओ भाई साहब यार
These different stages here, the production value in this is absolutely wild. We got some of the boys here as well from Nigma Galaxy. What up? How y'all doing?
It's great. Organization is great. Everything is perfect, you know. As always, EWC on top.
Let's go. All right, we'll see more of these guys in here in a little bit as we go and take a look at some of the player photos that we're doing. Look at that.
Let's get to it. So, first things first, once our lovely players get their hair and makeup done, we start taking them towards hero shots, we start taking them towards like content ideas and such. And this is only the first stop. So, at the moment behind me is one of the teams and they're doing their hero shots. So, there's two kinds of hero shots and they usually do either solo shots or they go for group shots together as a team. And of course, none of this would be possible without our lovely sponsor, Sony, for providing us all the incredible cameras that we're using at the moment to give you the best quality pictures of our lovely players. Now, this is only one of our stops for the day, so okay, that was a little bit more difficult. I don't know how they're getting the players up here to shoot these pieces of content, but hey, this is another one of the segments that we have here for Media Day, and now I don't want to get down. I have a slight fear of heights, so just hold on, give me a second. Okay, we're good, we're perfectly fine. But yes, one of our many areas here that we use for Media Day, and we want to get the players to be a little bit more creative, give them more places where they can use different kinds of poses and stuff like that. And listen, I'm already out of air. This is crazy. Oh, that's what they use. They have a ladder. I wish I have known this was a thing before. It was only one climb as well. You see, that was the problem. I thought I was a little bit more athletic than this. Turns out, no. So next time, use ladder. Anyways.
Oh my yes!
Now we're gonna go on over to the next set and look at this. Let's get a little sneak peek behind the scenes of what's going on over here. Look at this. Look at these guys. They're getting ready. They're locking in.
Oh my yes! यार ये जो मैच हुए यार ये जो मेरामार का पहला मैच ऑन फायर था ऑन फायर
Vitality just put in
seriously yaar
clinic here today. It was Arena at the start, but Vitality has been performing so well. Don't forget that you can join the Fan Zone experience. It's open through August 11th through the 16th. You can check out all the awesome collaborations that we have with Naruto, with Spider-Man, and you can also earn some rewards. Make sure you log into PUBG Mobile and get some exclusive rewards. But Max, Vitality, my goodness, they just looked like a boa constrictor that just kept squeezing and squeezing and squeezing.
Look, me and Kalaris were talking about this game literally from start to finish. We're like, okay, well, this game, you know, Vitality just stay in the warehouse. You're going to be super chill. A very easy game.
Warehouse?
It was the warehouse by the end. and they decide to just send it to the west side. Like, no, this is getting a bit boring. How
इन लोग ने chicken किया ना what
go back to the field finish, but looking at the overall stats from these
what will you इन लोग ने
average of over 4 eliminations for the day, then almost 3 for Razy, Razak, and Federales. Insane numbers.
क्या नाम है इस टीम का?
I mean, they're doing very, very well right now. I feel like I've been talking about Vitality all day today. I'm like their biggest fan or something.
Vitality.
But realistically, they are playing well. And
Oh भाई साहब यहाँ पे
they can have fun with it because it's feeling like it's going to be difficult to knock them out of that top 5 with where they are playing. But this is incredibly greedy. We have to just
बड़ा खतरनाक
but you can be greedy if you are the dragon of the lobby, which they are.
Exactly. And with that said, I mean, with this team, you were saying it's going to be hard to get them off the top 5. The cutoff for Group A was 88 points, Neptura. Right now, it looks like, depending on what happens next match, actually, we need to see the overall, too, at some point, because they might have even already hit that, or they're about to hit that as well.
No, I think they might have already hit
हाँ Vitality है मालूम है
absolutely insane. And you know what a great team to actually have that.
जी भाई बोले भाई
Because we have seen them be so consistent throughout today. We have seen them just take control of everything all the way from the western side down to the southwestern side, clearing teams left and right, pushing Ida out of their compound, which I think should have never happened. What?
What's up, Ryzen? He's just giving them the lucky high five. Yeah.
Whoa!
Very nice.
He gave him the dap.
18 points, 13 kill.
As well in the last game.
Vitality ने 29 kill with chicken dinner. 19 kills.
Before this match with 13 points, that's going to
God like a 8 kill, 4 points. यार ये सीन था यार. Oh भाई साहब.
Keep that momentum going or
Yeah.
move up onto the last match. But I want to talk about Aurora here because this dip is actually incredible for them because you've got the back end of you right there is completely
No, 29 points with chicken dinner. 19 kill. 19 kill, 10 point chicken dinner के थे.
Complete surprise that they were even there. Out in front of you, it's too open. The only place a team can go is within nade range. So actually,
Vitality इसका Aura का kills भी ले गया. मालूम है तुम लोग को?
Because of it, with quite a few elims.
That's right. That's very correct. I mean, it's a great position to play as well. I think a lot of teams tried to pick this place up. Tiamba, though, they're kind of disappointing me right now.
यार Sky कसम से यार awesome Sky यार.
Fairly quickly now. They played fairly decently over at PMI, and I think they had some really pop-off moments. I mean, QZZ was looking fantastic.
बहुत इस राउंड में मेरा मार में kills पे kills.
We've got one more chance to see it through. I hope it happens, Max.
Yeah, I mean, it would be really nice. Come on, see some Chinese domination here. I mean, QZZ had a really good moment that right from PMMI going into this one.
फारूक
Yeah, that.
मुझे मालूम नहीं फारूक का क्या चक्कर है क्या सीन है मुझे नहीं मालूम.
He's too good on the desk, guys. It's a big issue. There you go. Your game MVP is
Sky is got यार Sky अच्छा player है यार.
That's why I call them.
Yeah, we should get that changed. We actually need to get a new MVP card for
जी बहुत Aura ने बहुत damn good game खेला है. बहुत अच्छी game खेली है.
was able to make that push up. It ended up backfiring because he ended up getting knocked. But you could see that was going up to par with what you're saying, the greediness. And with this squad, if they're going to continue to perform like that, I see that greediness getting worse and worse and worse.
Good job, welcome. Thank you.
Outside of the top 5.
There are some games as well where that greed comes back into play. But
Aiva, welcome.
My boy Ray. Okay, sometimes you got to lay one of the Rays down, all right? That's the way it's got to be. Actually, Erangel game 3, I believe it was, they greeted a Rez. It was Razy, Axel had gone in, Razak had gone down, and Razy was like...
Aura is best in Miramar map. Really? Wallah, mujhe nahi malum tha.
And I think Vitality, what
Oh, boy, sir. Good job, King! SNG King, thank you. Good job, thank you.
That's great, but... Let's bring back what we saw from game 1 and 2.
Yeah, I mean, actually, look at
Where did you take your room?
I don't know if you would agree or not with this blank. Looking back at how they
Heavy game था आज का यार मजा आया वल्ला मुझे तो kindly damn मजा आया.
Of course, a bit greedy at time, which is what you just said.
AR, thank you, AR Gaming.
Well, it's not a horrible overcorrection.
Group of death.
No, sorry, I'm just looking at the concert.
नहीं seriously ये group ताबड़तोड़ group है ताबड़तोड़. अरे मेरा कैमरा बंद होने वाला है guys.
This is the group of death, man.
यार.
Which one is it gonna be?
I mean, but look, the thing
लड़कों मुझे टिकटॉक का कैमरा बंद होने वाला है मेरा टिकटॉक का कैमरा बंद होने वाला है
ridiculously strong teams at the top. When we say group of death, we mean it's very even across the board, which Group A was. It was very hard. We had different teams stepping up all the time there. Here, it's quite obvious.
लड़कों बैटरी टिकटॉक का कैमरा बंद हो गया मैं मोबाइल चार्ज पे लगा रहा हूँ
I would say it's the more unfortunate group that you have Team Vitality, Aura, as well as E-Arena all in it at the same time.
Yeah, the sponging of points is something that we're just going to continue to keep in mind here, especially from the top 3 teams. You can see there between top 3 and 6.
अगर हो सके YouTube पे भी हम लाइव है वहाँ पे फेस कैम चल रहा है YouTube पे फेस कैम चल रहा है अगर रिएक्शन म्यूजिक का आप लोग को पसंद है
I think actually they can. I really like how they've been playing today. I didn't have that many expectations for them going into today, to be honest.
Okay.
Because, you know, we just haven't. They won last year, and we haven't seen much from them since. But this is a really nice team that's able to actually compete very well against everybody else, and I'm very excited for what they got both today and tomorrow.
It is you, Shiva. Yeah, great points, by the way. Sorry, I got sidetracked here.
This guy does
as
not.
I was able to find Shiva from Esports Rejects. I wish we were able to come along at a different time because you guys did end up getting eliminated from PMWC at EWC 26. But anything, first of all, how are you enjoying Paris outside of, you know, getting eliminated?
I am enjoying Paris. Like, Paris is probably one of the best places I've ever visited. I really love it here, and the venue here is crazy. I've never thought of something like this in my life.
Is this guy trying to steal John Allen's quote?
I know. That voice, brother. Hey, if being a player never ends up working out, you can definitely might be looking at something with...
यार लड़कों यार YouTube पे अगर लिखोगे SQ Magic हम लाइव है अभी YouTube पे लेकिन आपकी मर्जी YouTube पे आना है TikTok पे रहना है इट्स ओके लेकिन TikTok पे कैमरा ऑफ इसलिए हो गया मेरा मोबाइल का चार्ज फिनिश हो गया इंशाल्लाह हम नया कैमरा लेंगे तो
The biggest thing that we have learned is like to be not being aggressive. You stuck yourself in one spot and teams takes advantage over that where you allow them to get space, and if you don't do that I think like I said, like I think if you don't give the other team space.
वैसे भी लास्ट मैच है अभी लास्ट मैच है by the way guys
and that's why they have rocked up 61 kills. That's crazy.
It is crazy, honestly, with the way that some of these teams have been performing. It has been scary. Natura, do you have any questions for Chiva from Esports Rejects?
I mean, I want to know because I was thinking that there was going to be, you know, some big plays coming in from you guys, but we didn't really see that much coming into the end of, you know, the end of the circles, the end of the games that much. Was there like a rotational pattern that was being cut off by other teams, or what went wrong in the mid phase of your games?
I think the biggest problem that we had is that we kept on losing 1 or 2 players on rotations, and that already makes your game even harder. Like you lose almost like 70 or like 25% of your game.
Group B में
So if I think you
पाकिस्तान की कोई टीम नहीं है
I think you already have a really good game. So
फाइनल में
what we need to fix on is try to have all 4 players up on rotations and also be more coordinated.
Welcome.
On pushes and holding spots and things like this. That's also a big thing.
Hey, man, Joe, thank you so much for coming on and just giving us an insight. And I'm hoping we'll get a chance to see you at PMGO Season 2. I'm hoping that we'll get a chance to see you as well at PMGC. You know what? I actually want you to take over my job.
यार I8 वो नहीं रही जो पहले था जैसे कि क्रिप्टो खेलता था पहले वो चीज नहीं है अभी खत्म हो गई है I'm fine, thank you bro, how are you? चलो भाई final match guys, Aurora, let's go.
So important, and the fact that they're taking that on board so quickly and with such humility as well is beautiful. I love to see it. Let's see him again next year.
Yeah, absolutely. By the way,
let's go.
Instagram, Shiva.ios. That's what it's all about here, guys. And we're gonna get into
time out दे दो उसको ये क्या कर रहे हैं हाथी मादी बांडी क्या नाम है इसका time out दे दो उसको
many points is Team Vitality gonna get? They have 88
भाई spam मत करो ना spam क्यों कर रहे हो यार
88 crazy insane, are you kidding me, points.
Aura, it's Nepali bhai.
That is over 17 points a game.
Yeah, I mean it's what 17.6 points per game.
That is correct.
Which is crazy.
Insane.
Like it's nuts, right? We talk about first place, you're in contest.
Let's go guys, let's go.
They're so
let's go Aura!
They're not even looking in the rear view mirror right now.
It's double
right?
first place.
It's absolutely insane. You know, 88 points. They are currently at quadruple the scoreline of 10th place.
I don't know. Well, we need to make a whole new word for first place.
Chalo, last match.
Hyper Omega first place. I don't know what the heck is going on here anymore.
Aura top 2 पे Aura top 2 पे आ गई है.
Yeah.
Aura top 2 पे आ गई है.
This is absolutely insane.
I hope top 1 यार. I hope top 1.
Yeah, you're right. With just eliminations, they would still be in first place. This is unreal. It's literally an unreal performance. That's why we just keep on talking about it. Top players, 2 of them being
Sky देखो Sky.
Aura though Sky.
Second number पे आ गया Sky.
We got a much more tried and true playing path here. Alpozo is going to be still out of range, but at least we're going to see some teams be able to hit that north side.
बड़ा इमी बड़ा खतरनाक ग्रुप है बड़ा खतरनाक बड़ा खतरनाक ग्रुप है ये
damage dealers from Vitality and they are doing a lot of work for their roster. Playing part on the east side here. Gonna leave El Pozo maybe a little bit hard to get towards, but you can drop out up towards the north. Maybe is what Alpha 7 is looking for. Circle fairly chill, centering up west of Picardo. And grab some, sorry, on that north side, I was saying Alpha 7 could grab vehicles, head over that north edge. I imagine that's what they're going to look to do here. Watching out for hot drops, but not really going to see too much. We did have a little
group A भी बड़ा tough group है.
That's not going to happen.
बहुत tough group है, group A.
Not going to happen this game.
यहाँ पे यानी top 8 कर जो खतरनाक game खेल रहे हैं.
And it goes to the one open field in that whole side of the map.
Let's go. Final match है guys.
No crazy hot drops.
Group A का आज day 1 का final match.
Here. They don't want to be dealing with
match number 6.
And that's the right play. I mean, guys, this is the last game.
Let's go!
Quite a few squads that have done a ridiculous match here. And now we're going to go ahead and take a look at some teams just trying to rotate and make the right plays.
Hey, if you're talking about rotating, right, that's something you could be doing on the lucky spin. Right, that is what you're going to be trying to look for, right? Getting those good rotations. As we all know, spinning is just a term for rotation.
That's
which
correct.
is what it's a beautiful segue. Trust me, I did it. But yeah, make sure you're getting those spins in before they go away to make sure you're getting those skins on board because they are looking mighty fine. The desk was talking about them earlier. Make sure you're locking those ones down to look as good as these players here.
And they're looking real good. Oh, Obscure, was that a Winchester I just saw?
It was, yeah. I love it.
I like that.
It's my favorite gun sound in the game.
It really is. To me, suppressed M24. It's just, so nice. That, I'm not even gonna try it. I actually did try it. Yeah.
Go on, Obscure. Give us the gun sound. Give us the gun sound. Pop a shot. Go on, you know you want to. Pop that lever. Let's go. Oh, he's not for it. What a spoil sport. Alpha 7 currently in 7th place. They did get pushed off that 5th place spot at the end of that last match by Yangon Galacticos and actually by S2G as well, who now sit ahead of them. But it is still very much all to play for. We were talking about the difference between the teams from the bottom towards the top. It's still, even for Hustler Crew, very possible for them with a big chicken dinner to jump up and pass that 30 point margin, right? They're on 8 points, 22 points behind. That is a 12 elimination game in terms of differences if you're able to get a chicken dinner. So whilst they haven't shown their capability yet, it is possible. It's within their
It definitely is. You know, the scary thing I think for me when it comes to Group B and this whole lobby is just looking at how heavy the top of the leaderboards are, you know, and talked about Vitality, you just look even further on down. You got Aura, EA, Nongshim. If Nongshim Red Force get a good game here, I mean, we could be tomorrow at 1 slot left.
16 goal.
I mean,
grand final
it would be pretty nasty.
हमारी team है,
a lot
that's
of
it.
these teams to look to try and close that sort of a distance. But again, it does rely on performance carrying over to tomorrow. So, I mean, for me, Vitality, they've already done so much today. They've almost guaranteed themselves a spot in the top 5. It's pretty much done.
Yeah.
I want to see what they're going to be able to do tomorrow, right? Because a day like this could go to your head. And you've got to let...
यार ये टीम बड़ी अच्छी खेल रही है यार.
You've got to listen to your coaches, listen to the people around you.
वर्तमान टीम बड़ी अच्छी टीम है.
Sure, they're almost certainly going to the finals.
Yeah.
But for me, it's about how they're going to perform in the finals that I'm going to be watching for tomorrow.
Final 16
You're right,
16,
because,
17.
You know, this is the best practice you can get on the planet, you know, and the good thing when it comes to when you have such a ridiculous performance like Team Vitality, I mean, 88 points is literally enough for them to not show up tomorrow and still be top 5. Like, it's 100% they're in the finals, right?
Yeah.
So with that kind of performance, that gives you 6 matches tomorrow to fix any problem that you have going into the finals. And that's especially important for a team like Team Vitality because PMGO Season 1 in their own home turf, they did solid when it came to the group stage, right? Group stage, they popped off. We thought that, oh man, come finals time, they're gonna really do something. And then finals, it wasn't really what they wanted to do, especially when they're at home, right? But now they're in Paris. They have the most ridiculous day out of all these teams here. Hopefully we don't see the same thing happen.
Hopefully not, hopefully not. 107 points was first place for 4 Thrives over in Group A. Vitality, they could do it here and now with a chicken dinner, just saying. They could break that century, they could surpass them with, you know, well, it would be difficult. It would be difficult, right?
Dude, that'd be wild, though.
It would need a 19 elimination chicken dinner. Not even that. No, it would be a 9 elimination chicken dinner, wouldn't it? Yeah.
Yeah.
Would it?
Ooh.
Yeah, I think it would be. So that's actually very doable for them. So if they win this match, it's very likely that
यार 16 तारीख को फाइनल मैचेस है बस स्पैम मत करो ना यार सेट अगर बेटा हुआ टाइम आउट दे दो ना
for Vitality to get another chicken dinner here. We did see our first casualty, I believe, of the match as
Farooq
of the match as
it's very rare these days with just how overpowered the M4 and shotgun meta is right now. But you know what? When it comes to military or when it comes to Miramar, right, we're going to possibly see some of that.
Yeah, over on the north side, we're on board with Alpha 7, who have got in and amongst it with Hora.
Hora is very...
I don't know how much they can stick around here. It doesn't look like they've got the weaponry to be dealing with this. Carrillo's only got an S12K.
What happened?
Kind of, yeah, I'm not entirely sure. They must have... I mean, they dropped out from the plane over towards the north side. Maybe they were just really slow on grabbing those vehicles and trying to get out west, which seemed to be their approach, but they've got stalled. They've stymied over in these crater fields. It's not looking super good. They do need to get on to probably get a little bit more loot.
इस लड़के को सलूट है.
I thought that's exactly where they would be heading, straight in that direction. But
हमारे फलक की तरह अकेला खेलता है.
That gyro just tapping away with that mini, making some great shots downrange, trying to catch Alpha 7 off, but it looks like they are going to be able to get away. So now Aura are still here, and this is why it's so
Indian team? Indian team
in tournaments like this, because when you do, it just gives you so much more freedom to kind of have your way with the lobby. You do maybe not even the best play, you know, but just you can afford it. You can afford to make mistakes here.
Match देखो, match देखो. Match देखो.
Next zone about to pop. Let's see where it decides to go.
Ooh, okay.
The yoink all the way down south. Nongshim Red Force said, thank you.
Oh, good luck, Zulme.
We'll take that. Vitality said, muchos gracias. I am very, very happy about that one as well, as they're coming all the way up from Los Leones. That is how you do it.
Wow. I mean, that is actually a really big shift for Vitality. They are going to be kept safe from a lot of the teams descending from that north side. The bit that you have to worry about a little bit is sweeps from the west, right? So for instance, Alpha 7, Yangon Galacticos, maybe even Hora could rotate around that west side and try and cut in beneath them, but They have Los Leones to try and buffer any pushes coming from that east side. They might just want to get a little bit more central with it, but yeah, I think for Vitality, this is great news, and they're guaranteeing themselves probably at least a 4-point gain here.
That's
I think, which is pretty nice, 12 points for them would be needed to get to 100, break that century in a single day, which would be monumental. A real record breaker of a day. Woo. With the arena kicking us off with a huge match on Rondo, and Vitality saying, "Hold my beer, we're going for more."
Yeah, let's make some moves here. What a crazy, crazy day here. Let's look at this though. It's Hyunbin, the man, the myth, the legend, all by himself.
Whoa.
Stairs.
Boom.
He has to jump. He hits the headshot. Oh, but he gets popped in the back on his way out. But hey, he said, "I'm not going down without taking someone with me."
Hey, that looked real pretty. You know, he saw that nade coming in, he was like, well, guess I'm gonna do it to him. Straight out, immediately puts him in the grave. The flush comes through. Notch Red Force, yeah, I kind of like this decision to disengage. You don't need to commit. They have the buildings. They have that defense. You've already lost your player. There's nothing for you there anymore.
Hey, just a quick little handshake. Just said, all right.
Young G.
1 for 1. Good job. See you later. All right.
Ooh, he's got the MG3. Look at that. XZY.
He'll take that.
Don't want to risk it.
No, you don't. That's for sure. Man, it's so crazy that we see.
Ora!
Yeah, here as ETSH getting a run over. Players getting taken out on rotation. And I wonder if Team Vitality are going to get blessed here towards the end. Pass up 4 thrives, 2 crazy days in just 1 single day of matches. That is a huge thank you on this. Actually, I used to say thank you in Indonesian again. Oh, is it terima kasih, right?
That's it. Yeah, we were learning it. Well, we were over there before. Terima kasih, that's what they want to be saying towards the end. And right now,
camera,
they've got a really good spot on the west border of Los Leones to potentially hold this one out. I'm slightly worried about some of the buildings further out to their east. They might be vulnerable to that, but the next circle is going to be coming through fairly soon. The north side, definitely more chaotic. But it looks like that's where we're going. Okay, so Vitality, they get the circle.
I'm okay.
And then it takes it back.
Yeah.
I'm
so
okay,
we'll get a little close to you, but you're gonna. If you want to etch your name into PUBG Mobile history even further. But you know the one thing that such a crazy performance like this, it really puts a lot of expectations on your shoulder, right? So we hopefully will see Team Vitality keep the same energy, right? Not just going into tomorrow, but also
easy,
finals here. But who else is going to make it into the finals? That is the question. Wolves are saying, you know what? We don't want to get eliminated right here. They've pushed themselves up from the bottom to at least 11th place. That is a much more comfortable position to be in. They would love to rocket launch themselves at least into that top 5. And it is possible. I mean, top 5 from all the way down to 11th place, that's only what, 9?
No fair!
Pretty wild. So boards could definitely shake on that bottom mid-pack area, but Elementrix is forced to hit the laydown. Gonna try and edge it out here. Baton jumps on out the vehicle. He's hit the shimmies. He's dodging these shots. He's moving back and forth. Sky now starting to get some. And he goes down.
He's burning him with a Disco Inferno there, dancing around those bullets. And there is nothing you can do about it. Sleepy will be on the chopping block there as well, and he will be put to bed. No fear of not living up to that name as he's turning tail and fleeing from the sight of that pack of wolves.
Gotta get moving. Wolves, they were doing that dancing with wolves right there. We like to see that. But now we're gonna see Alpha 7.
Whoa!
Mighty close to S2G. Carrillo ends up getting popped out the vehicle by Hemsuji.
Carrillo!
In the building, but S2G has a set play for them. Alpha 7 falling apart. That's Revo eliminated. It's just Obscure. Last one up for A7. If we're gonna see them in the finals, They're going to most likely have to make it happen tomorrow.
Something happened to Alpha 7.
Nice nade, nice nade.
I mean, over on that
No
north
fair.
side, they got stuck in with Horror. They didn't seem to have much loot on board. They've been out in the blue for ages. Now they've slammed into S2G and broken their noses on the brick wall that met them. Yeah, Obscure trying to have to skirt through the alleyways around them, but now the Wolves are going to have firing lines onto him, and I don't think he's going to make
Bye-bye, Carrillo.
The squad will be the ones to deal the death blow towards Alpha 7. The Wolves have problems of their own over towards the south side. On the Chubasera foothills. Now, over towards the rest of the circle, things are a little bit more disparate now, a little bit more settled. Slightly worried in the south edge. I think Dopeness and Vitality is the engagement that's the closest to maybe happening, but even then, they're sat across the road from each other. Next circle, far less dramatic than the last two.
Far less dramatic than this whole dang day, dude. These zones have been toxic, and then finally it's just like, all right, time to relax, okay? Good old central zones here. Finally starting to play as predicted. Nongshim Red Force are dead center of this one. They're looking to have a good game.
यार वो पहले फिनिश हो गया यार कोई बात नहीं यार कोई बात नहीं टॉप पे ही है उनका तो प्रॉब्लम नहीं है और आता
here towards the end of the day. Can they pick it back up? That's the question. Take a look at this replay here. Lupa, bang! That's what I like to see.
Beautiful. Scrubs him out of the game with a nice little headshot from Lufa.
Headshot.
Needs to pick that one back up. And you're right, we are seeing these snipers a lot more, and I for one, I'm here for it. Unfortunately, the Winchester doesn't seem to be amongst them, despite sounding the coolest of all of the weapons in the game. Tianba, they are trying to find a little slice near to Godlike. And Eagle wants to suppress the angle too, but
नहीं यार उनको उधर रुकना नहीं चाहिए था ना उन लोगों ने गलती किया रुकने का क्या मैं किल्स मिलेंगे लेकिन उनको सरप्राइज हो गया
from that northwest side trying to move past, but Ida finding those shots. Amino will find one more knock over towards Tiamba, isolating them just to the longhouse now.
Oh, you're gonna see shots ringing all over the place. The Wolves are starting to get beat up. That's QZZ getting knocked by Tian, but there's fights happening.
अच्छा Godlike का Godlike ओ भाई साहब Godlike बिल्कुल सही पोजीशन पे Godlike.
Elementrix fighting it up with TT Project, tries to get the shots through the window and gets denied. TT Project finally starting to put some points on the board. They were in the bottom three, now in 12th place. Feeling a little bit more comfortable here, but they still got a long way to go.
There is still a lot of distance left on the track.
यार अभी ना जो Godlike है
with a pretty decent split on this compound jump. This is going to be a tough position to try and get across the board, especially with Vitality holding out on your east side. The south approach is currently stymied by all of these teams trying to leave. It makes that ground pretty difficult to move around. Not to mention Nongshim Red Force taking that compound that overlooks the approach. So for now, Godlike are big chilling.
Big chilling right now. 7th place, 27 points. A good win here will have them definitely kicking back and relaxing a little bit more than they would if they didn't. E-Arena really relying on that first game here. That was 39 points in one match. For the others, not being able to replicate even close to that kind of success.
Oh my, yes.
Still in 3rd place with 58. That's a great start, but teams are starting to catch up to him. Now 2 have already passed him. Lufa's got that car 98. Come on, show it to me one more time.
क्या ये zone open में होगा क्या open?
Snipe.
That's all you want to see. That's all you want to see.
That's all I want to see. I mean, I want to hear the crowd start chanting it, right? One more snipe. One more snipe.
K9, K9.
Yes.
Let's get it done. Heading in to send the bite to be as big as the bark on that. Seen it a couple times. Maybe we'll be treated to it a couple more. But again, our team's now just waiting the next 5 seconds to find out where the next zone will be. Where is it going to go? It settles out to the east. This is right on the crossroads. This is good for Godlike. This is good for Vitality. Vitality are going to have Hustler Crew to put pressure on, but Hustler Crew don't need to get close just yet. It's the team that I'm worried about. It's S2G, TT Project, E-Arena, and Yangon Galacticos. All of these 4 teams are going to have to figure out who's going to get the chance to try and move into the Mincer in the middle.
And it's going to be a tough one, that's for sure. Yeah, Mincer's the right word, because we're going to see some teams get shredded trying to just find any kind of spot in this next circle. There is that little
hillside that they're going to have to go to, but whoever takes that first is just going to get shot at from every single direction. Now
last match.
Some cheeky little shots through the window, looking for the tiniest little pixel to shoot at.
Godlike है. India की team के नाम Godlike है.
Share this real estate right now. They're dead center of the zone. They're saying, hey, Godlike, y'all are good. Look over there. We'll look over here, okay? And then once we get to the end game, we'll battle it out.
Absolutely. Happy to play in the
total
shadow.
Full squad, by the way. Yeah.
Happy to play in the shadow of the bigger tree that is Godlike right now.
That's right.
They are cooling off in the shade for the time being after having taken some pretty heavy casualties.
Fight in the shade.
Yangon Galacticos on the western side. This is that western side difficult scenario that I was worried about. The arena, they were already down up to 2 players alive, and Yangon Galacticos puts them 1 further out of the money. That's going to get flushed away, but mana is down. Low HP on Smile, a little bit diminished. Can TT Project make anything happen? Because they are the ones to deal the final blow towards E-Arena, ending their day on
E-Arena out.
Second and third place are gone. That is a huge thing for this lobby. Nongshim Red Force are down 1. S2G is still in the mix though here.
यार ये रोमियो खतरनाक है यार.
Yangon Galacticos battling it out back and forth. Romeo gonna have to make a play here. It's only him and Smile.
यार वो finish हो गया मेरी जान.
Throwing out some nades. That actually did a little bit of damage there, but now here comes S2G.
हाँ वो तो hold कर रहे हैं ना, उनको position चाहिए.
This action. They are getting
5th position में आना चाहते हैं Godlike.
That's gonna be
किसी भी तरीके से.
Ooh, Kamikaze trying to find a little bit of coverage by that hill, and he does find it.
I like this. I like this from S2G. They've read this fight is going.
Godlike अभी भी zone में है.
Instead of trying to get stuck straight in, they are prioritizing zone. They know that Nongshim have great oversight onto any position that they would third party from. So instead of going for the third party on the Yangon TT fight, they are going to go instead and put pressure on the Nongshim position. But maybe they should have had their eyes set over towards TT Project, because they are stepping over these hills. They are going to step towards Hamzy, and they're going to take him down too.
Effect just blind shooting through that smoke, and it connects. He'll take that all day long. Meanwhile, Yangon Galacticos with 3 players up, gonna try to find any space here. They're gonna be driving right in between these 2 squads, but Nongshim Red Force was just waiting for them to start making that push.
Yeah, S2G after losing a player sent straight ahead and tried to get further into the zone. I feel like it's probably a good read here, but Nongshim Red Force now have bigger fish to fry. And they are cooking something awful. Ida trying to step forwards now. They've crashed onto the Tiamba position. The Shadow no longer the location it once was, but another duo will take up the mantle. Both in purple.
That's QZZ getting eliminated there. Tiamba just
कसम
not
से
able to
Godlike के
do
पास
what was expected of them at this day.
golden chance है.
But it's kind of hard to do when you got
Chicken dinner का golden chance.
Absolutely insane. Nongshim Red Force had the high ground, but this is at the edge of this circle. They're not going to be able to hold this position for much longer, but they can definitely get some serious eliminations here. Oh, almost catching Lost on the way to that tree, but he is able to find that little piece of coverage. Meanwhile, Romeo catching TG Project. Yangon Galacticos getting peppered. Sarah getting shot in his back. Fights going in all over the place here. Nongshim Red Force looking to clean this up.
Yeah, 3 players now alive as Hyunbin does go down for Nongshim Red Force. TT Project full. They were able to do a lot of work into this last game though today. They got 9 eliminations there, pushed themselves up into 12th place. They should be happy with the performance they were able to find in the fighting from Chumasera. But now it's Nongshim to try and solidify themselves towards that top 5 in the fight. With Yangon Galacticos, who they're trying to push out beneath them. If they go down, S2G have a door flung wide open for them.
Yeah, let's see right now, XCY with that MG3 shuts down Yangon Galacticos, and that's the 5th place team now out. So Nongshim Red Force, Vitality still in the mix when it comes to the top 5 teams. This is, again, a big opportunity for a squad, especially like S2G, to make something happen. And they got some good sight lines here.
I think this is a big opportunity for Godlike as well, right? On this position, they have got all 4 of their players. Etch is currently putting pressure on. Not too many other teams are going to be pushing towards this compound. Could potentially third party from Hustler Crew. But Etch making this crossing is going to be tough. Because, I mean, Nongshim Red Force, they've got a side swipe on the approach as well. Moving through this compound is going to be so difficult. The question is how many points are Godlike going to get for this hold? Because if Nongshim just take them all, that's a little bit of a drought.
Yeah, let's see. Let's see. We're taking a look there at Godlike. How many eliminations are they going to get? They're going to have to fight out ETSH first, though. S-Power's got that nade. He's cooking it.
अबे nade कर ले.
Holding on to it.
अबे nade कर ले.
To see the
अबे nade कर ले. Nade.
But so far, nothing. This is both these teams are in the circle right now. And they know that if they do fight this, the chance of them getting third-partied is pretty high. So I'm not surprised to see them just play this a little slower for now.
I mean, you say it's pretty high. I feel like a full squad third-partying this is probably fairly unlikely. I mean, the most likely is Hustler Crew, but either are playing as a duo. Do they want to leave that longhouse? Probably not. I think it might just be a straight-up back-to-back fight, but with Nongshim Red Force having their attention diverted at S2G, now it's go time for Etch. A nice Molotov to place to the cross, but Etch pushed straight on through, and speed is there. And it is aggression to find it. Nice. Part of the seams, and Godlike hold their nerve.
And that was crazy. Godlike fans getting nice and hyped up for that one as they get the elimination. 4 players up.
Where was the third party? Not there. Hustler Crew not in a position to go for it either. Not going. Nongshim Red Force in the meantime took down S2G, by the way, who do end this match currently in 5th place, but that is under threat from Godlike now on that north side. The difficulty, they have to move. Push to the longhouse, get towards the crossroads.
Get to safety, get in a position to put your team ready for this chicken dinner. Problem is, you still got Team Vitality.
Chances lag rahe,
and they are still
golden chances के पास chicken dinner का golden chance. अभी भी zone में है.
Are there. Dopeness are still here, and that's a team that definitely could use these points. They do have that coverage, but this is outside a circle. The problem with this zone is that there's not a lot of spots left to take. The only way to really make this win happen is you're gonna have to make a push, and you're gonna have to get it done the hard way.
Yeah, it's really tricky now to make ground in this one. The reason Dopeness can't push up the roadside there, out to their west, is because of Nongshim Red Force and 721 GS, right? Both of those two teams have the angle to control the roadside. If that fight goes poorly, if the players start to drop from both sides, it is going to get a lot easier for them to move. And if you're going to get a pick on the Razy, it's going to be quite a boon to your movement.
Let's get it. Lufa with the Car 98, making it happen in the end game. I love to see it. Nongshim Red Force looking to
GS guy,
chicken dinner.
GS guy.
Huge for them. Tizzy.
Whoops, let me kill GS.
Here comes 721 with the buggy. He's got the shotgun. S12 pop through the smoke. It's not good enough. So Easy's gonna have to support him. He hits one. Can he get another? He's getting the thirst. Nongshim Red Force doing a great job of stiff-arming this team.
Absolutely. Beautiful stuff. Tizzy does go down, but he does enough damage to make it difficult. But now Malik has found a pick onto the off angle, and Nongshim Red Force are going to go low. This is the scenario that I was thinking about for Dopeness. They can start to move west because that fight has gone a little bit mucky on the western edge. A little bit mucky on the western edge. A little bit mucky on the western edge. A little bit mucky.
What happening?
A little bit mucky on the western edge. A little bit mucky on the western edge.
Dopeness utilizing their time, pushing up, but they gotta battle the time. It's Team Vitality versus Dopeness. They're trying to get
उतार देगा. Whoa.
Straight into the jaws of
Nongshim. Oh, it's not gonna go well for you there.
तेरा kill निकाल दिया भी NS.
Being hounded out of position by Vitality. With 13 eliminations for Nongshim Red Force, they're looking to play with the big dogs here, but Vitality are the biggest of dogs in this lobby. It doesn't matter if you got an MG3 Loco, AG.AL is still gonna run rings around you.
And you guys gotta remember, if Team Vitality win this game with 9 eliminations...
Whoa, God like a fight ho gaya.
2-day performance.
God like a fight ho gaya.
1 day alone. Let's take a look though at Godlike Esports in the building. They got their shotguns loaded. You can see Mania pulling the pin. Psych! Putting it right back for now.
Whoa!
It's them versus Ida though. Oh yeah, S-Power getting knocked. That's gonna make things a little bit more difficult.
अबे 4 versus 2 है. Little Mike.
That angle, the backstop's there. A little bit of damage, and S power now is very low. Admino can't step forwards. There's off angles to be dealt with. In the meantime, Hustler has gone down on that north side. The res, I think it's going to stick here. As Salme keeps his nerve up into the building, and nade being cooked in response now for Admino to try and take down this duo from Ida. This is the step that they need to take now. S power with another nade, but the shotguns are lying in wait, and it is vicious. It is brutal. A second into the mixer. As Vitality chime in as well. Down goes one for Ida, but Darkin still giving it a good go. Over the top they roll, and Vitality may do the unthinkable.
Vitality pushing Godlike at the perfect time, and it's Godlike going down. It's Vitality versus Dog, Shib, Red Force. A great performance on the side of Godlike. But an insane performance from these two teams. Vitality looking so solid. Nongshim Red Force looking for their third chicken dinner, but it looks like it's all Vitality here.
यार ये Vitality वाले यार क्या गेम कर रहे हैं भाई साहब?
The 11th on the board.
Full split होके गेम खेल रहे हैं. Full split होके गेम खेल रहे हैं.
Double digits on the evenings.
Wow!
Down to the ground because Vitality live on top of the tables and beating a 2-day performance.
Are you kidding me? No reaction needed. Team Vitality are your monsters here in Paris.
यार ये Vitality वाले क्या गेम खेल रहे हैं भाई जान?
8 points in 6 matches.
Nobody
is going to top that. We thought we'd seen it all. A 39-point game at the start of the day from E-Arena. We were thinking, how's anybody going to top that? Well, let me introduce you to a little team called Vitality.
Awesome, yaar. Awesome,
Thank you very much. These guys are going to be sitting pretty tomorrow.
GG's, yaar. GG's.
And relax, baby, because you
Scoreboard देखते, scoreboard देखते, guys. Scoreboard देखते, wait
Man,
करो.
the expectations are now through the roof for this squad, right? You got to have a good day tomorrow. And you know what? As a matter of fact, forget tomorrow, dude, right? You're good to go. Finals time, right?
यार इन लोगों ने शायद 4 chicken किया,
You know what? Even if Team Vitality doesn't go crazy tomorrow, I want tomorrow to be their day of, you know what is it that we need to fix for the finals, right?
Absolutely.
Is it any little tiny little mistake that we can adjust, even if they do something so wild just to work on that? I'd rather them do that there, so come finals time, they pop off.
Absolutely. I mean, I was really impressed towards the end as well with Godlike, able to jump up just about into that 5th place position at the end of that last match, holding their compound. Really, really heavy stuff coming through. Little difficulty in sweeping through that longhouse. I feel like longhouse or Miramar, those longhouses are always so treacherous. The side angles, you don't know if you're going to be playing against those shotguns. Those nades can come out of nowhere, it seems. So a real difficult time to get rid of a duo.
Yeah, and that's the thing is that you have to make sure you play it perfectly, and they're not going to just run in one at a time. You got to play that slow, and they did it the right way. And the problem is just that with how much time that took, Team Vitality at this point, they're not making mistakes. Right? They're not even taking an extra 10th of a second of delay. Right, the second they recognize what was going on, boom.
यार Godlike ने जैसे उनको जब जून मिला है वो जून से निकले ही नहीं है अपने जगह से नहीं गए किधर उन लोग ने ये सोच कर रखा था कि हम पोजीशन निकालेंगे पॉइंट्स निकालेंगे लेकिन उनके साथ हो गया मोए मोए अब वो 2 बंदे आप लोग 4 हो पुश कर दो यार
18 points a game?
It's insane the quality that requires, right?
Aurora!
Like this, I mean, it's breathtaking. It's unbelievable.
Points देखते हैं अभी scoreboard check करते हैं.
Sort of a performance. Imagine on average you're getting 80.
लेकिन GG's यार GG's वो तो full end पे थे.
You walk away with that.
16 पे थे. टॉप पे आ गए बहुत बड़ी बात है उनके लिए That's really good. Only today. कल का दिन भी है मेन चीज फाइनल में जगह बनाना है उनको with Aura.
Guys, I've got Revo here from Alpha 7 Esports. Group B day one has come to a close. Middle of the pack right now. I think you're currently sitting in 9th place. Look, Revo, we know that expectations for yourself is
वाह ये देखो ये इनको बहुत भाव देते हैं लोग क्यों क्या ये कौन सा प्लेयर है ये इनका तर्रा निकाल दिया लड़कों ने
We need to fix that, and we're gonna fix that for tomorrow.
Okay.
And let's see what's gonna happen. We are doing our best. We're still confident, and we know we can make it direct to the finals.
Okay.
Yeah, that's fair.
Let's see.
Just so that you know as well, Rocco is on standby. We're going to try and this interview in English, but you know, Rocco's just there, just in case we need him. So, more specifically in that Miramar game, that final one, you were forced kind of northwest of Picado. You had to do a big wrap through the blue zone, and then as you came back into zone, you encountered S2G. Was that just kind of bad timing, bad execution? Like, from your perspective, what happened?
I think like we need to join in the zone. We need to join the zone. We need to try. So we like said, let's gonna crash and let's try to fight. We saw them, but it happens. We made a better execution again. So that was the problem, and yeah, it happens.
It's just bad execution, and sometimes, honestly, for those of you watching at home, the level is so high, it's also just bad luck sometimes, and it depends on where the zone pulls, right? Finally, before I let you go, I just want to talk a little bit about you joining the desk earlier this week. You had a chat with Seven and the rest of the gang. You said that there's been quite a few strategies you guys are changing, some internal things you're changing as well, because this year hasn't exactly been the best year. Have you been implementing some of those things, and what's working, what's not working?
Yeah, we are trying. We did like many changes, but we are like still studying which one gonna work, which one not gonna work. We see that today, and we're gonna fix that for tomorrow and do better.
That's good. I mean, if there's any day to have not the best day, it's today. Revo, I really appreciate it. Best of luck to Alpha 7 Esports tomorrow, because they've got one more day of group stages to go. But don't go anywhere, because we're staying right here on the stage, and we're heading over to Kalaris with another interview.
Thank you very much, Barney. Bow down to your South Korean overlords, all right? Because I've got Hyungbin here, as well as Maddox, to do the translations and ask a few questions about the whole day. So you didn't have the easiest of starts, but after those first two games, back-to-back chicken
अच्छा ये साउथ कोरियन से ये लोग हाँ
between game 2
यार पाकिस्तान के मैचेस 16 को है 16 तारीख को पाकिस्तान 4th right already top 1 पे है और फाइनल में है हमें फाइनल चाहिए
굉장히 또 좋은 마무리를 했습니다. 그래서 이 매치가 끝난 이후에 좀 어떤 점을 좀 얘기를 했고 좀 어떻게 분위기를 전환하셨는지 일단 궁금합니다.
It was the last one. हाँ ये आखिरी मैच था यार आज का ये आखिरी मैच है और कल कंटिन्यू होगा कल भी है कल इनका लास्ट डे फिर सर्वाइवल सीरीज स्टार्ट हो जाएगा यार ये पूरा हफ्ता मजा ही मजा है
Yeah, even though we're like 1 or 2 points into the first 2 games, I mean we're not down yet. I mean we just try to bring our tensions up as much as possible. Like we just try to get spice up with everyone. So yeah, I mean we try to be vibing, and we had a really good vibe from our team. So I think that went pretty well for us, and we had a really good teammates. I think they lead me pretty well. So yeah, that led to really good results today.
Okay, and backstage, Maxman is your biggest fan, and I want to know, he believes that ever since you came onto the international scene as a young player, you've been unbelievably consistent with your performance. Is there any secret spice to that, or what do you think from your perspective?
사실 또 중계석에 있는 맥스맨
테케르 셰자 뭐뭐 셰자 테케르
굉장한 팬이거든요. 그렇기 때문에 또 현빈 선수가 또 어린 나이에 이렇게 국제 무대에 처음 와서 정말 지금까지 굉장히 또 꾸준한 모습을 보여주고 있는데 그 비결이 무엇인지 궁금합니다.
아직 제가 막 잘한다고 생각하는 선수가 아니라 또 잘하려고 노력하는 선수라 더 성장하는 것 같아요.
ये लास्ट गेम है हाँ अल्हम्दुलिल्लाह मैं ठीक हूँ
So I think the consistency of keep trying and the continuity of being an effort player. So I think
Afridi boy
what makes me a really good player right now.
Staying humble and looking amazing whilst doing it. Kamsahamnida Hyunbin, thank you very much. And that does it down here on the stage.
Standing by. Thank you, Kalaris.
अभी स्कोर का वेट करें ना देखने स्कोर क्या हुआ है स्कोर देखना क्या हुआ है स्कोर
at Kirilla City Grid, because not only did we get a 29 elimination in the first game of Group B, we also got Vitality to outperform 4 Thrives from Group A. In Group A, in 2 days, 4 Thrives was able to get 107 points. Here today, Vitality was like, we can beat that in 1 day, because they ended up getting 108.
Blank was also checking in the background, checking out with their PMGO Season 1 performance for the side of 4 Thrives in the finals. Day 1 of finals, they got 82 points, blowing out the water 2 records in 1 day.
Oh, 108 पॉइंट वर्सेटी के रेड फोर्स के 16 1 पॉइंट का फर्क है. अच्छा, गॉड लाइक 5th प्लेस में, ओरा 3rd प्लेस में.
Is going to end up showing up, Lace, and be like, we can do whatever the heck we want.
अच्छा, ओरा यानी बिटवीन 1 पॉइंट का फर्क है ओरा और रेड फोर्स का, लेकिन 3rd प्लेस है ओरा का, नॉट बैड. अपना गॉड लाइक का 5th प्लेस पे आ गए. ये अपना टिकट टू फाइनल सिक्योर करना चाहते हैं. अगर करना चाहते हैं तो कल के दिन वर्क हार्ड करना पड़ेगा.
You remove their placement points, they're still number 1, by the way. they're still up there.
Some good maths there.
Yeah, they got an 11 point
अब कल क्या होगा? We don't know guys, we don't know कल क्या होगा. लेकिन जो ओरा ने गेम के लिए आज,
man, we were scared looking at
Damn.
Gold today, right, Niptro? Like, okay, the hot drop is getting very scary. We had that one big hot drop happening in apartments with the side of Hustler Crew.
yeah, Red Force particularly, and
couldn't really make it to La Cobreria. It goes to show the hot drops are just not
God like सब ने अच्छा खेला, लेकिन
decent amount of eliminations, really, especially
उनको तो फ्री के किल्स मिले ना
have never played globally before.
वर्टिकली वालों को, एंड अपना पीछे से वो मार रहे थे, फिर किल्स ले रहे थे.
The teams that are actually doing very well
Not
and
bad.
actually playing very normally for a group stage day 1, I mean, they've got 37 points. That's a decent amount of points for 6 games. So very excited to see what they've got coming into tomorrow, because it is looking really good so far.
It is. Well, unfortunately, looking at teams that were looking very good. They're on first page, second page. Teams not looking really good. Unfortunately, ETSH, 721 GS Esports, and Hustler Crew. Hustler Crew, I would say I was kind of expecting it, but 721 GS Esports, after what we saw in their previous events globally, I was like, okay, they've got some.
आराम से घुस जाएंगे फाइनल में वो.
That is brutal.
It is brutal, and also for expectations for tomorrow, Lays. I mean, these squads need to start bringing it like some of the other squads were able to do it earlier in the day to get out those bottom 3.
Yeah, I mean, we obviously got to keep a
16
very
तारीख
close eye on not only that top bubble, because yes, that's exciting, you know, the cash money, but we got to watch that bottom 3, because obviously they may get their keys crushed. And ETSH Esports, dopeness, they need to have more presence in the lobby tomorrow. Most of the games with them being sort of caught out on their rotations or too early of a position with the lack of utility. I also did see it a little bit from Wolves and TT, but I do kind of want to remove them out of that equation, because obviously in that last game they realized this gap in strategy and they were able to sort of give themselves some elimination. TT had 9 just from that alone, so this kind of presence
देखते हैं घंटे बाद देखते हैं.
is something that we need to see from them to avoid that bottom 3.
As we ended up seeing Baton being one of those teams that I was actually talking about earlier, getting that pan headshot.
King of the PUBG.
MVP for today, which is going to be no
MVP कौन है आज का?
than a Vitality player, and it's none other than AG.AL with those 23 eliminations,
AG.AL.
3,800 damage.
I mean, we saw that, they have like 70 odd eliminations, right?
71, yeah.
71. To have 23 of those on your own, I mean, that's a very even, I mean, yeah, I was going to say, it's very even across the board. So out of 5,
अच्छा top 5 में Aura का Sky भी आता है.
From Vitality. I think that's kind of to be expected, but the damage coming off of every single one of these Vitality players is
यार Vitality के सारे player हैं, only Aura का एक बंदा है.
Top Vitality players of the day, because it's literally just all Vitality. Axel, Ray-Z, Razak, the Ray duo is there, and Federalis, and then Sky's like photo bombing in the middle of the graphic, but Sky also had some really good time. We saw some strong finishes from Horror, so overall, what an insane day. I thought Group A was a group of death. Group B is a group of entertainment. What a day it was.
well, full entertaining
I kind of like to
scene
say
था
that
आज.
this lobby was 2 different lobbies in one. You have the top of the leaderboard.
कल यार कोशिश करूँगा जल्दी आने का यार. कल हाँ कल full time से आ रहा है कल.
But no, absolutely deserved from Vitality, and that was just proof that how well this squad all works together to be those top players. That means they are insanely cohesive. And
कल time से.
I really can't. Like that's.
In
What's
one
tomorrow
day.
gonna be? Crazy.
In one day, and I'm hoping we usually have a situation where teams are in that position. They can either slow it down or they can just push that metal a little bit harder. And I'm hoping that's going to be the case for Vitality. But some of the other squads that we ended up seeing, especially in the second page, Neptura, Alpha 7. Usually I get a chance to talk about them, but I'm not an expert this time. So Alpha 7, what's going on with them?
Alpha 7, for me, I think the big thing for me that I noticed is they seem to be making these pushes, making these plays with no information whatsoever. Like they made that push into game 6, right? Into STG's compound, and we're like, oh, there's a player over there, and there's a player over there, and oh no, we're gone. Like, there's no
amazing,
GG.
मजा आया आज, मजा आया.
And that means that they can't do a darn thing when they start getting shot at. So for me, A7, they gotta work on that info scouting, gotta work on just making a little bit more of those moves to actually make sure they don't die easily.
Yeah, I do have to agree. I want to echo your point. I feel like it's a big issue of scouting. I want to take actually not to that last game, actually the game of Rondo we had earlier today. It was them trying to go for Western rotate next to Stadium, and there's no scouting, and they just crash mid-rotation to a squad, and then it's a big skirmish happening out in the blue zone, and as it gets later, that blue zone tick damage starts to increase. So I would say right now the big issue is not really the fragging power, because like come on,
इंडिया वालों का पॉइंट कितने हैं?
to the table.
34 है. Top 5 पे आ गए God Live.
Shut that down instantly.
And we even heard on the interview from
Aura
they're still
top
practicing stuff.
third.
They're still trying to figure out stuff. This would actually be a team that would benefit from going to survival stage, and I'm hoping that's going to be the case. Usually, big
जो revenge Aura ने लिए God Live से.
And that team right now is just not being able to hit my marks.
Awesome.
One team that was able to hit my marks, and you guys were able to talk about it earlier, was none other than Godlike. I'm hoping Godlike is going to continue on that trend and stay away from those hot drops. But ladies and gentlemen, this does end up concluding day 1 of Group B of PMWC at EWC 26. From Lace, Maxman, Neptura, the 7WG, the Casters, Production, everybody here. We'll see you tomorrow for day 2 of Group B. We'll be crushing some keys. We'll be sending teams to survival, and we'll be sending teams to the finals.
Oh my yes! चलो भाई टिकटॉक वालों, I love you. Bye bye. Gonna see you tomorrow. कल मिलते हैं इंशाल्लाह टिकटॉक वालों. Bye bye. अल्लाह हाफिज. Bye bye टिकटॉक वालों. कल मिलते हैं. वो अपना टिकटॉक के चैनल पे मैं आप लोगों को अपडेट दे दूंगा कल किस टाइम. फारूक गेम में आओ. फारूक बात करनी थी आपसे. गेम में आओ थोड़ा. बाय बाय. Allah Hafiz TikTok wallo. See you tomorrow. Love you. Bye bye. Bye bye. Allah Hafiz. Okay. Allah Hafiz. YouTube वालों कल रेडी रहना. कल सारे रेडी रहना. YouTube वालों कल टाइम से ओके मैं WhatsApp चैनल पे अपडेट दूंगा. रेडी रहना. Bye bye YouTube वालों. See you tomorrow. Bye bye. Love you. Allah Hafiz YouTube वालों. Love you. Thank you so much YouTube वालों. बहुत बहुत शुक्रिया. लव यू. एंड फेसबुक वालों, आई लव यू गाइस. बहुत बहुत शुक्रिया.